My country people, how you now dey? Good morning. Ekaro, otutuoma inakwana. Now your bigger should be this. Our market today. Where we dey run you price of different commodities for different markets. How do that be for your side? Yeah, sharp and clear. And today episode it go dey different because now new alade markets we carry you come. Where we go dey know price of different clothes from Ankara, lace, so anywhere for male and female, and even pikin if you get them for this new alade market. And one interesting thing about this show be say you go know the price of all these things today. Today, no go anywhere. And if you never subscribe, now opportunity, make you click on that subscription button, and you go dey run in different content. My name na Iremofeko Forola. Come, make we enjoy this show together. Good morning, how you doing, ma?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah, what's be the name?
My name is Favor.
Okay, what's in the sell for this new alade market?
We sell clothes, shoes, bags, and purses.
Okay, so which kind of clothes you sell?
I dey sell dinner dresses. I dey sell casual wears, offices, church wears.
Okay, now only for male or na
Women.
just women? Okay, so maybe talk about the clothes. You say they sell internal wear, they sell dinner wear and all that. So waiting be the cheapest amount. So if say if person say you won't buy clothes and you just won't buy one clothes, say you won't quickly go dinner. Waiting be the cheapest amount. So if it possible, I don't talk saying that the final amount to it within one range. Where say person gets
For dinner dress.
Yes, yeah.
You get like from 70 upwards.
Oh, okay. From 70 upwards. Now maybe we can look at the markets for the past 6 months now. How the market take be for you?
It's really good. Well, I say bad or good. Nothing is happening here. Everywhere is dry. I don't know. Is it because of this fasting or the increment of the fuel or something? Especially this season. You can see it yourself. Everywhere is so dry. Customer comes once in a while. We only say here is by luck. Yes, it's by luck if you have what they want. And it's not every day that we sell. No.
So maybe you can look here in a store you say specific working. Apart from the first specific working here, do you get any other way we say they advertise yourself?
Yes. At times we post on the Facebook, status, WhatsApp, and some social media.
So maybe talk for this clothes now where they here. Well, this one internal way. Which clothes be this one? This particular one.
This particular one is the quality Viet.
Okay.
Viet.
Okay. So like how much this one you go for?
This is the cheapest top I have. This one like 18,000.
Okay.
That is the cheapest.
Okay. This 18,000 now for like a year back or 2 years back. Like how much it take sell them?
A year back.
Yeah.
It was like 10, 12 before. Even 7. That was in 2 years back. It was 7,000, 10,000.
Wow.
Yes.
So that means the price they go up, they even come down.
Yes.
So maybe talk about shoes, maybe talk about purse where they sell for year. So the shoes, where they bring and come from?
We sell American shoe and Turkey shoes. That's what we sell.
Okay. So how much they sell shoe? For instance, this particular one where I hold for hand.
This one is Turkey shoe. This is 35,000.
Turkey shoe 35,000. This one.
It depends on the particular one. Okay. There's one of 25.
Depends. Yes.
It depends on the one you picked.
But this one now at 35,000. Few months ago, how much did they sell this particular one?
Few months ago was this is not up to let's say 22, 20.
Wow.
Yes. 25.
Wow. So that means
25.
So the price does go up.
It's going up.
Okay. So
at times all these ones are 15, 18 before. Now it's 35, 30, 20 something. So it's dollar rate. We are buying with dollar rate.
Okay, so which advice you go come give government now as everything take be because now government fit determine all these things. So which advice you go give government say may they consider people wey dey sell for here?
It's our economy. If they can make our economy, this dollar to come down, make our economy do okay for us. How will I put it now? The federal government should do something, help the poor masses, bring down the goods down, the price of goods down, bring out the price. Like now that fuel is up. If fuel is up, everything will be going up because if it's transport to go out, but you have to put your cost of transportation. So if everything is normal, I think things will start coming down.
Thank you very much for your time. Good morning, ma. How you doing?
Good morning.
Wetin be the name?
I'm Iya Farouk.
Okay, wetin dey sell for this new Alade market?
I'm selling Ankara, lace, then all the ready to wear. So I'm selling those things.
Oh, okay, yeah, good. So how the market be this season?
The market is very dull and thing is very, very expensive.
Okay, why you think say the market dull like this?
I didn't know. So we are just here. But the market is very dull.
Okay. So you talk say they say Ankara, lace and all of those different materials now in they say. When you look at this kind of lace now, where they okay, no mind me. When you look at this kind of Ankara now, so where they bring all this Ankara from?
It's Cotonou.
Oh, Cotonou, only just Cotonou?
Yes, I went to Cotonou to buy my goods.
Okay.
That's where I'm buying my own Ankara.
Okay, is it only Ankara you buy from Cotonou?
Yes, I buy lace in Lagos here, Island.
Oh, okay, lace, Island,
yes.
Ankara, Cotonou.
Yes.
Okay, so like this material now, like how much do they sell them?
The Ankara is 18,000. There is some that is higher than that, but we have it in grade by grade. Okay. We have small one, medium, we have the smallest, so we have different ones.
Okay, for this kind of one, and this one, which grade be
this one? Is 18,000.
Okay.
Yes.
Now the small one be this one?
No, this is big, but not too big like that. We have the biggest one. We are selling some 35, there is some 50, different ones.
Okay, how many yard be this one wey dey sell?
It's 6 years.
6 yards.
Yes.
Okay, this one wey you come dey sell for 18,000 now for this Ankara. Before, like let's say 1 year ago, how much did they sell them?
1 year ago, we are selling it at the rate of 8,000, but now it's 18,000.
This one for 8,000 naira 1 year ago.
Yes.
Ha.
Yes.
Now you don't turn 18,000 naira.
Yes. That is Nigeria we are.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, may you look at every other one wey dey say different Ankara, different lace wey dey talk ready to wear. I see say this one na ready to wear. Yes, or okay. Yes. So wetin
quality Ankara. Ready to wear is quality Ankara.
Okay.
Yes. Like this one now, only this top, we sell it 25,000. This one, because the way they do it is baskets. They really combine cloth there very well. That is why it's 25,000.
That's 5,000. How much if I want come buy jale as they say?
That is the price. That is the last price. Because this is basket. The way they sew it is basket and it's jumpsuit top. That is it.
Oh, okay. So may you talk about the lace wey they sell. You say they buy them from Lagos Island.
Yes.
So how you dey sell your lace for here?
Then we have the one of 120. We have the one of 80,000. We have the one of 60,000. Then we have dry lace 35,000. So that is how we sell it.
Okay. So between lace and Ankara, which one you think say people they buy pass?
Sometimes they buy lace. We cannot say, but sometimes they buy lace, sometimes they buy Ankara. So, but not always.
Okay. So now you talk say market they come like that, and how you can they sustain yourself in?
With God, everything is possible. At least as you can see now, everywhere is dry. So we just put our hope in God, and God will do everything. That's all.
Okay, so wetin you fit tell government make they consider people wey be say they sell Ankara, they sell clothes material, because you know say e dey important to make your money.
We beg government to help us, we poor people, so they should help us in Nigeria. We are begging, please, Tinubu, please, we are begging you, please help us. That's all what I can say.
I know say na Ramadan period fast dey come and people very soon the fast will end. Before you know say people go on buy clothes, say me they celebrate. It be like that this season.
Not really, not like that, because even in this market, anytime they are doing salad, we don't used to sell markets. It's only God. Once in a while, God will just bring people to us. Not always. We are not selling always. Even if you ask another people, you will hear what they will say. This market is not always, but once in a while, you will see your own. That is just it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank God.
Good morning. How you not doing?
Good morning, sir.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm very fine. How you doing?
I did fine.
Okay, what's be the name?
My name na Mrs. Temitope Jayola.
Oh, I like that name, Jayola. All right, what did you say for new Alade market?
Na sure I dey sell ladies things, shoe, bag, purses, flat sandals, anything for ladies.
Anything for ladies. So ladies, if you want buy, now yeah, me they come. All right, now yeah they happen. I should talk. So it's this different shoe, and this one enter my high where. So this shoe now, if person want buy which kind shoe be this one, and how much be this one?
They call this one Pom's shoe. Pom. You can see the heel. This is 4 inch heel. And they call them Pom's. For CC them, see
yeah, you did fine
for office ladies, yes. Yeah. And as it is, so if you sell them for like 35,000.
How much?
Very.
I know, yeah.
35,000
naira. Very.
Yes.
Okay, if I want buy this shoe 6 months ago now, like how much I feel get them?
You know, for that 6 months ago, you know, cost so. Like that time, like 25,000 naira. I would sell them. The economy.
So 25,000 within 6 months, it not jump to 35,000.
Naimo.
Wow.
All the shipping company and everything fly up, bruh. So it's not our fault.
Okay, so maybe put this one down. If they say this one are flat, so this one now, if person want buy this flat slippers, like how much if you get them?
Flat sandal with the collar.
Okay.
This one like 18,000.
18,000. 6 months ago, how much this one?
This one are like we sell at 12,000. 12.
Everything does it go up.
So Gary self they go up.
Okay. But Gary don't come down now. So.
We thank God for that one. At least we don't drink Gary as we want.
Okay, so all these shoes now they sell flats, all of those shoes. Where they bring the come?
From UK, ne?
Oh.
They're from UK. They are UK shoes.
Okay, so now UK shoes they sell for a year. This one we can't they be like say they look person. So this one we say they look person. Waiting be this one.
Na cap with the yes for our head for woman. Na cap. So we get different colors, different styles of this cap. Okay. So na cap.
So how much be this one now?
This one are only 3,000 naira.
Oh, very. Okay, so 3,000. I know say if it be like 1,500 or 2,000 for 6 months back.
Of course. That's what they buy them before.
Okay, since all this price they go up now, and we're seeing. I know say people they talk different factors, dollar, this and that. But why you think say all this price they go up?
Na shipping feel. Na in they make them fly every day, every now and then. Na shipping because the dollar they go up, they come down. Do you understand? But shipping feel. That's why they rise, just they go, fian. So we don't get option. We go ship them, and we go run now.
You go run now. This show now our market today. So me, I want to ask you now, sincerely, our market be for today.
Today market door. As you can see, I just wake up. But thank God, market is the day. But and we go see the thank God say we go still dey sell yafun.
By God's grace, now so it go be.
Yes, so
thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, you're welcome.
Good morning, how are you doing today?
Good morning, I'm okay.
Yes, sir. What be the name, ma?
Okay, my name is Sister Obioma.
Okay. What did they say for this new Alade market?
Eh?
What did they say for this new Alade market?
Okay. I base in African things, artworks, African bags, African beads, and tops for men, trousers, anything Africa.
Oh.
You can get it here.
Or is it for both male and female?
Both men and female, both children
Yeah.
and cultural things. You can
Interesting. I love that one. I see a lot of cultural things say they say for you.
Yes.
Maybe I start with this one. This one look fine. This one it look fine. So this artifact now waiting be the waiting this one day for. May I put them like that?
Is it the price or this?
The PSC is beautify
You
office.
can use it to decorate your office, even your home, your house. You can use it to decorate. It's for decoration.
So how much did they say this one now?
Like this one, I can give you 10,000.
10,000. Oh. So if I want buy this thing 6 months ago, how much this thing fee cost?
6 months ago, the price is cheaper than now.
Okay.
That's how you can get it either 6,000, but everything have gone up.
Hey, from 6,000, you don't reach 8,000.
That's how country put us.
Oh, wow, that is a lot though. So what is your beautiful work of art where we talk now? Where they get them from?
You get some of them in this Lagos. It's Africa. We get it in this Lagos.
Okay.
Yes.
So when we can talk clothes, different clothes. This one are for woman now. This clothes look fine. Which material be this one?
Okay, it's Akara.
Ankara.
Mm.
Okay, so how much
Mix
specific?
and match, eh?
Okay, mix and match now here. Okay, I said it's get different design and all that. So like how much specific get this one?
Okay, like that one, you can get it 30,000.
30,000 naira. So for like 6 months back, like how much did they sell them?
Well, you can get it 28.
Oh.
28.
Okay. So other Ankara material they sell for year. Now only red meat did they sell or they sell the one you say?
Adore materials. So I have the material.
Okay.
So I have the one already made and the one you can sew material we have.
Okay.
So we have some things from Ghana to Ghana linen. So anything Africa, you can get it here. Both key holder, magnet, fridge magnet, anything Africa, and greeting from Nigeria. So anything you want Africa thing, you can come. I have them.
Okay. So since it's there for male and female, I want to know which one could be more expensive. She na men clothes or na women clothes?
It depends the one you want. Their prices are different. If you want men, I will give the price for men. If you want children, I will give the price for children. They are different prices. They are not the same thing. So that's how we are selling. So if you want for children, like boys, you can see the one of as from range 8,000 up. So with men, we can get the one of from like complete. You can get the one of 30, 35, 25. It depends the material. So that's how we sell some according to the material. So that's how we are selling it. If you come for ladies top, we have the one of 12,000 with stone. So the one you can see some with beads. So you can see the one of 18,000. You can see the one of 15,000. It depends. So anything, ladies, men, children, both adults, we have them.
Okay, interesting one. So people when they watch, they don't say the fee gets for men, for women, and every
Africa for decoration.
the fee get that
So
for
we
you.
have, yes.
So if you want to talk about bead now, because you talk say they say bead, so as Edo Prince now, I think on get bead for year, and like how much is they say the bead?
Like coral beads, you can carry coral beads. We have the one of 15,000. Like coral beads, we have plastic. We can give the one of 5,000 to 15,000. It depends. So we have the one of 30,000. It depends the one you pick. It's different prices. Like this African bead, we have the one African beads. So some of the African beads, we have the one of some 3,000 or 5,000. Both bangles for men and ladies, like unisex. We have them. Some are 1,500, some are 2,000, different prices. So anywhere your hand reach, you can get that one.
Yeah, you get reason why I ask because person now feels to say one person wear one cloth. I tell you say I buy this cloth for 5,000. You can say wait me I buy mine for 2,000. They say they cheat you. They're not gonna say the material.
Yes.
So I see this one, they enter from my eye, and I like them.
That one.
So this one now for men, ladies. Oh, I think it's a men cloth.
Palazzo. It's palazzo trouser with a shoke.
Oh wow, I like the designs. You see, you find where. So like how much they said this palazzo?
I can give you 15,000.
Or just this one?
Yes,
Okay.
Okay. Without a shoke, you can get 8,000. So it depends.
So that means for year, even if person want go party anywhere, you get them.
Everything.
Okay.
You don't need to go and meet tailor. They have already settled the case. So when you come, you can dress up here and go.
Interesting.
Because we have your sizes.
Interesting. I like that one. So now we can do 6 months back and this present state. Which one you think say better?
You say?
For 6 months back and now, which one better? Which one you prefer?
Well, I can say last 6 months time, some are cheaper, like fuel now. No, this month now, fuel now have increased.
Yeah.
There's some 6 months ago, it's not like that. So as the fuel increase, things also increase. So last 6 months is better than this month because now this month now things are very expensive. To enter motor now, we are paying 500, I'm paying 800 naira now. We are paying 200, I'm paying 300. So when you calculate it, you now went to market to buy something. When you buy, you will add all those things. So things will be expensive. So that's what I have. I prefer last 6 months than this time because things now is very expensive. It's quite easy as everywhere was right. So
amen or amen. So which advice you can give government now for this matter? Because now everybody they are fair to seriously. Now everybody.
My advice for the government is that they should help us. They should help us. We are begging them. They should bring down the fuel so that things will be moving. There are some places you want to go because of the money for transport. You won't go. Some will say they want to come and buy something. But when they calculate the money for transport, they will just sit at home. They will not come. Look at everywhere now is dry. So we are begging the government to help us. We are pleading for them. Things are very expensive. They should bring things down so that God will bless them.
Thank you very much for your time, man. Good morning, man. How you doing, man?
Good idea. God bless you. How are you? Good morning.
I'm very fine, man. What's be the name, man?
And I'm Mrs. Hajarat Abiodun Obaze from Edo State.
Oh, so nice. So, what they say for this new Alade market?
I dey sell bags. I dey sell jewelries. I dey sell Ankara. I dey sell purses. I dey sell Georges. Everything wey concern woman, wey dey make woman fine well. Now we dey sell.
That one say every day, and I like that one. So you say they sell jewelry, they sell different things. So maybe take everything one by one. The jewelry where they sell, where they bring them, where they buy them from?
They bring them from. They bring them for me from India.
Oh. Okay, so now India products you dey
sell.
Okay. So how the market for jewelry now? How it don't be for the past 6 months now?
Business get as e be o. This economy no help anybody at all. There is no sales. We all survive by the grace of Almighty God.
Okay, so I see this different jewelry now with this. So I for like me I just point to one. I want to say, okay, if person won't get the minimum amount for a year, say they won't buy jewelry for this store, say like how much fee be the minimum or we say they fee get?
The minimum we fee 25 day, 20 day, 30 day. It depends on how the person budget be.
Okay. So that one where we say like 20,000 now. 25,000. Like one year ago, like how much did they say that one? Because you know, say people they talk say dollar they affect on the price of all these products. So for like 1 year ago, how much be that price for that one?
Those kind one now before now maybe like 15,000. 10 day, 12 day. It depends, but now things don't go up well. Even when the dollar dey high, it dey up. Even when it dey low, it dey up. So we don't even understand. Everything now don't consign dollar. But the one we not consign dollar, they say na dollar.
True. Yeah. So maybe we can talk about the clothes where you say permits me, I feel take one for you. Maybe you see. So this one now we they say which clothes material be this one?
This one Damax beaded.
Okay.
And from Korea.
Oh.
Because Korea they expensive past China.
Oh.
So it depends on wetin the person buy. Because when person come, we go ask and say which color you want and wetin be your budget. If he tell us, we go bring out for the person make it see.
I see this one. It go pop for person's skin well. And like how many yards be this one now?
5 yards.
5 yards. So if person want buy this one, I sell say na from Korea where they bring and come. How much be this one?
Na around that 220.
220,000. Now just chicken money. So
and the person go find where.
Now that one we say it matters the most. So this one where they sell for 220. So yeah, 6 months ago, because we they try look price 6 months back and now like if I come 6 months ago and I bring 180,000, I feel buy them.
Even 150 self, you feel buy them.
Wow.
You feel buy them. 150 you feel buy them. But now everything just they go up. Because the rate where we they pay it different from the rate where dollar be for Nigeria. Their own is higher. So that be the problem. And clearing e no help issues. Custom now they don increase their own. So when you put all together, you go see say everything don go up.
So that means they affect everything generally, and do even people they buy too.
Yes, okay. They affect everything generally.
So when you can't talk that thing where they talk, they say Ankara, they say different one for years. May I see this one to enter eye way. So which material be this one now?
This one na Hollandic stone.
Okay.
You go see say e get embellishments.
Okay.
E get stones well. So they all have different prices. E get some wey be 35, e get some wey be 40, e get some wey be 50, e get some wey be 60. So it depends on the price wey you buy.
Okay, depends on the price. But all this one are 5 yards too.
Na 6 yards be Ankara.
Okay, this one 6 yards. Okay. And maybe you can talk purse too. How you they say your purse for you?
Our purse na cast stone purse. We dey sell them for some day for 65, some day for 70, some day for 80. It depends on how e be.
Okay. Oh, I dey see am well. It just a do bling. Hey. Now if person buy this one, come so close, you know, it go just a do bling.
You don't kill the event with that now. Now you then go dey look.
So if I want buy this one for my babe, now how much you go give me?
Like if you want buy this for your babe, now I'll give you for 70k.
Oh, 70,000 chicken. The expensive chicken money. But 6 months ago, this was how much I figured them.
We were selling for 6 months ago. We were selling like for 60, 65.
So it just go up
too much, and small be this ones.
Okay, so
all these ones na turnover.
Okay, so which other thing? Your shoe? They sell shoe for you?
No, they sell shoe.
Bags
I they sell.
Okay.
I they sell designers bags.
Okay.
Those bags na designers they be. They are Italian bags. Some of them they sell 220. Some 200, some 180. It depends.
Okay. So now, if you say things they go high, you don't talk different factors wey say they responsible. Which advice you go come give government specifically? Say, okay, government, it be like say now this kind of thing if you help people where they sell. Because now government they determine on this thing in the long run.
That one hard though. Because me I never see government help. Even me where I dey here I not see government help. Na my efforts. Our prayers we say make dem no even frustrate the effort wey the common man dey do. Na be our prayer. May God continue to use them, make them do their work well. If everything dey okay, common man go survive.
Exactly.
Na be the thing.
Okay, so all these products wey dey sell for here, you get no wey be say they buy from Nigeria here, wey be say no dey bring come from obodo oyinbo, anyone for Nigeria here?
And like the Ankara, we dey buy from people wey bring in. Because if you say make you wait, make you bring in by yourself, like when you put for container, e dey take time before e gets here. So the best thing, make you no for chop the small money wey dey for your hand, you go buy from people wey don bring in to put for your own shop. So you too, you come put chicken money on top so that you fit make small something.
That one wey you dey bring in, no be say na Nigeria dey do am, just the important. So no be, you know, they send in Nigeria made product for here.
Wetin Nigeria dey produce? Nigeria no dey produce anything na. If dem dey produce, we say we go buy made in Nigeria product. We say we dey happy make Nigeria open factory, make dem begin produce something so that our children go get work to work. Dem go even be able to employ them, make dem dey work.
Okay. You pray say market go dey move forward. We
pray by the grace of God, right? Because everybody dey survive with the grace of Almighty God, and Almighty God will begin to bless Nigeria, make things dey yanfu. Nigeria na great country o. Baba God try for us, make we sef try for ourselves. God bless Nigeria.
God bless Nigeria. Thank you very much for your time, and God bless you, man.
Bless you too.
My country people, I really say you don't enjoy today's episode of Our Market Today. And you see this shoe wey dey my hand, you like yes, if you come near Alade Market, come get the one for anyone wey be say you wan buy for. And today we don hear the price of different items, for cloth material, for shoe, for bag, for purse. If you wan look good well, na new Alade Market for Ikeja, na you suppose dey come dey buy your different items. Yes, onto the next episode, we go bring you another exciting moment. Now another market we go and we go run you as things they go there. My name is Naremofeko Forola. Join me every time on this show, and if you never subscribe, as I talked earlier, may you click on that subscription button and may they enjoy all our good content. Bye.
My name is Tunde Olufowora, and I'm the CEO of Bandai Communications. We are we call the publisher or the owner of the new initiative called ConsumerHallaTV. ConsumerHallaTV is actually Nigeria's first consumer-centered, or call it consumer-centric television platform that aims to bring voice to the over 220 million Nigerians. It was a vision that came to my heart about 10 years ago. I remember that I was traveling. I traveled out of the country, on airline. And I had this unpleasant experience. It was a trip to an African country from Nigeria, and I actually went with a local flight from Nigeria. I wouldn't want to mention the name of the airline, and then it was to South Africa, and we landed in South Africa. And let me just paraphrase it. When I was coming back, I had some money, some dollars, and that someone had given to me to hand over to another person in Nigeria. So I wanted to help out. I didn't want to carry the cash on myself. So for whatever reason, I had a small case and I felt that it was safer for me to put the money in my luggage. So I put it in a safe place in my luggage, got everything tagged, and I checked in my luggage. My arrival in Nigeria, I was standing and was waiting about the carousel just so that I could pick up my luggage, and then I was there for 1 hour and waiting for my luggage. I didn't know that my luggage already arrived, and it was one of the luggage that was moving around on the carousel. So after about 1 hour wait, I looked to my left and my right. Almost everybody had gone. I think there were just about 2 or 3 left. So I beckoned on the woman that was on my side, and I noticed she was really in tears. Madam, what happened? She said, her bag has just been torn and a lot of things stolen. So I said, well, I've also been waiting for my own. She said, you better go and check those, those luggages there. Maybe yours is one of them. And lo and behold, I went around there. Mine was one of them. By the time I got it, everything inside my luggage was gone. All the valuable things there were gone. To cut the long story short, we felt there was need for us to report the case, at least to the airline. It was in the night, about 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. We went in to go and see the officer that was in charge. As soon as we got in there, the officer said, "Oh, so sorry, but you will have to go to our head office in somewhere in Victoria Island, to lodge a complaint." Okay. So the next day we went to the Victoria Island and we lodged a complaint, and that was it. And since that day, I'm talking a story of over 10 years ago, I didn't get a call, not even a call from that airline to talk to me about what happened to my luggage. Now, about a month after that trip, I had another opportunity to travel out of the country. This time around it was to US, and it was an official assignment. And I flew on, I will mention the airline this time around. I flew on a BA. I really didn't like BA. I usually go with Virgin Atlantic and things like that. But my protocol officer convinced me and said, "Okay, you will love BA. Why don't you go on BA?" Anyway, so I went on BA to US. And of course, when I returned from US to Nigeria, we had to do, of course, there'll be like a connecting flight, from Heathrow. So we got into London Heathrow, and then because it was through Heathrow that we went, and then so they changed since it was BA, they changed the aircraft this time around to a bigger one. Clearly because there were more Nigerians, or more people that were planning to come to Nigeria, and then we boarded. Not quite 10 minutes into the flight, in the air, the aircraft started malfunctioning. The air conditioning compartment were not functioning very well. I was on what you call business economy. The whole of that business economy, all the way to economy side, the ACs were not working well. It was hot, and then I was watching, and then from that moment till we got to Nigeria. From that moment till we got to, I'm just trying to paraphrase. From that moment till we got to Nigeria, I could remember very well how many times the pilot, broke into conversation and had to apologize and say, "We're really very sorry about this." He was giving us almost every 30 minutes. There's always a kind of update. "So sorry, this is what we're doing now, this is what we're doing." While we were on that journey, I also remember an incident. So they came, the crew apparently couldn't resolve they couldn't manage the crisis or what was going on about it. They couldn't fix it. So they come up and said, "We're so sorry, but for all the inconvenience, we're declaring, free lunch, free whatever it is you want, you can get." So trust Nigerians, you need to hear how everybody were jubilating, But something struck me. The experience I had just about a month before, and this experience, somehow I started comparing them. I was trying to see how this matter will be managed. Again, to cut the story short, we landed in Nigeria on BA. Before we landed, the pilot announced and said that for the inconvenient, they will be giving a voucher of £50 to everyone that flew on that aircraft. I thought it was a joke. I mean, it was my first time with BA, but for what I knew or know of the British man would never even play with his 1 penny, talking of £1. So I felt that must be a joke of the year. So we left. I got back to my office. I think it was just about a week after. Our guys in our meal room came up and said, "Oh, you have a parcel." So I said, "Parcel? Yeah." So they bought this parcel wrapped. I opened it and boom, I bought the document out. It was the £50 voucher from BA. So what's the tenor of this story? An experience with one airline was terrible. No apology. An experience with another one, even though it was a bad experience, but it was very well managed. So managed that even if we have suffered anything in that aircraft, you probably, for the sake of how they manage it, will have forgiven them. So that was how this journey started. So I started thinking, my mind, this is what we go through in this country. But are we different from other nations? So God put in my heart the idea of ConsumerHalla. That's why the Halla came with consumer. And we started that journey about 10 years ago. We started by creating a platform called ConsumerHalla, where consumers, so I discovered that Nigerian consumers don't have a voice. So things happen, and that's it. We live with everything. So we've started the journey from creating the platform. We have an app, we even have a magazine, and we thought we could move it from that to the next stage, which is the television. So the TV today, has come. So I would say precept by precept, line upon line, we have been able to build on our aspiration, to finally bring to bear.
ConsumerHallaTV. This is where we have discussions about burning and pressing issues and making the rounds. And on today's edition of Perspective on ConsumerHallaTV, your favorite breakfast show, we'll be looking at something that has become a snap in the lips of all Nigerians. And specifically, we're talking about Nigeria's port deal with the UK, which is an opportunity for another economic trap. And this has to do with a lot of focuses, but majorly on jobs, trade, and economic sovereignty. But on the surface, it sounds like progress, better ports, faster trade, and possible more jobs. But as always, the question is, will this really benefit Nigerians, or is this another deal that looks good on paper, but delivers little? That is the conversation we'll be having this morning. I am Iri Ayomikuleke, and in our perspective, I do not come alone. I have, good morning,
Good morning. Thank you so much for that brief introduction. I am Kikelomo Ajibola, and this is Perspective on ConsumerHallaTV. And like you said, this morning we will explore whether the deal strengthens Nigeria's economy or creates real opportunities for citizens and maintains our economic sovereignty, we will also need to examine not just the headlines, but the real-life impact of this deal, from jobs and trade efficiency to national sovereignty. We would like to ask questions as Nigerians. We also really want to know the answer to this particular question and also help viewers understand what this deal truly means for them.
All right, and it's about time for us to bring our guest in. And this morning, helping us dissect this conversation for proper understanding, we have Mr. Richie Kiokba. He's a global affair analyst, and he'll be joining us to expand shit better on this conversation. Good morning, sir, Mr. Richie.
Hello?
Hello, good morning, sir, Mr. Rijiki.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh, well, thank you for having me.
All right, good. Mr. Ejike, now let's begin the question. Talking about this this conversation we're having this morning, the $1 billion deal is an export finance agreement between the UK and Nigeria. We all know that, and on paper and in actual terms. And is this a good deal for Nigeria's economy, or does it exposes an external control? Because there are some critical perspective from some critics, including the African Democratic Congress and business leaders from Nasima, because they describe the deal as unnecessary. Please expatiate better on it.
I don't know. I think the communication here is clear. The question you asked, it was just coming in, it sort of chopped up. But I think what I understand is the deal that got about the port. Is that asking me?
Yeah, that's the question about the port, because a lot of people are saying that this deal is so unnecessary. So the question is this a good deal for Nigeria's economy?
Well, I heard the announcement just like you, but for me, I don't know what the terms and conditions are, because that's the most important thing. If somebody's going to invest money in a project, then what are the terms and conditions? How is Nigeria going to pay this back? How long are they going to pay it back, and what are the rates? So if it's £1 billion, Nigeria paying what interest rate? What surprises me with Nigeria getting money from anywhere is, nobody ever knows the term. National Assembly don't ever say, okay, this is good for Nigeria, let's review it, or this is not good for Nigeria. It's sort of shocking that a country like Nigeria of 200 and something million people will go and be, celebrating 1 point something billion dollars or 700 something. That money should have been sourced through Nigeria, and Nigerians would get the benefit when you pay back. Because one thing with debt is when you pay it back, then somebody's going to make the interest. So this time, without knowing what the terms and conditions are, you're going to be paying it back. So who makes the benefit? So that let's say $1 billion is going to be paid like 1.2 billion because of the interest. And who gets that money is going to be the British people. Nigeria having been colonized. I think after 56 years, or what is after 66 years, basically, because Nigeria be 66 years of independence, you still go back to London for something as, it to me in America, it's not a whole lot of money, but for me, for Nigeria, it sounds like a lot of money. And by this time, some banks in Nigeria should have been able to get together in a syndicated format and said, hey, we're going to do it. So whether this is going to benefit Nigeria or not, I wouldn't say. But I think by now, Nigeria shouldn't be looking for that kind of money from our external sources. The local institutions should have been able to rally for it. But again, if the president goes out and borrow money and nobody ever comes back and say the terms are good for us or the terms are not good for us, so the political parties may be jumping up and down and say, this is good or this is not good because nobody has seen the term. So, can Tinubu come back and say, okay, this is the term? I think already a contract has been awarded to somebody who's going to get the job done. One thing with Nigeria is Nigerians don't ask critical questions, not because they don't know how to, but even if you ask, what do you get? At the state level, if the governors do things, who questions them? Are they at the national level? The president does things. So here we are. The president of Nigeria runs Nigeria like a petty cash operation. What I mean, petty cash is, they do it the way they want to do it. Everybody gets it, jumps up and down. So, yeah, the president is doing it for us. In America, the president of America doesn't run the country. He may go get resources for things to happen, but he doesn't run it in terms of, this is what's going to happen and this is how it's going to happen. So, you look at Nigeria as a country, the most populous black nation in Africa and in the world, and you ask yourself, even electricity that has been in Nigeria for 130 years, Nigeria is only able to produce less than 5,000 megawatts. I live in Texas, ours is like 87 gigawatts, and we're only less than 30 million people in Texas. And then you talk about Nigeria that has almost 8 times the population of Texas, and you only have 5,000 megawatts. You can't grow an economy when your power is not dependable, your power is not robust, your power is not reliable. Everybody uses a generator. I'm sure in the office where you guys are doing this broadcast, you are not using a public power. You probably have a generator. And why should that be after 130 years? Nigeria got electricity 14 years after America got electricity. Even before China. China was 1912. Nigeria was 1896, 64 years before independence. And America got electricity 106 years after independence. So Nigeria has been a beneficiary of technology they didn't invent, but they just don't know how to develop it or sustain it. And that's that should be shocking anybody today. It's not going around and saying, Your Excellency, doctor, professor, all of that stuff. Nigerians like to be, feel good about. What has that gotten Nigeria? Education supposed to, change your life, change your thinking, but not just to make you feel prestigious. At the end of the day, you don't even have water system. You guys are in Lagos. Lagos is 17, 20 million people, and they don't have a water system. Most houses, depend on a water well or borehole and then generator. Again, I live in Dallas. We are 1.45 million people, but our water system we produce about 400 and something million gallons of water. I want to, when this is over, sit down and think about that. But then a state as big as Lagos doesn't have a water system. So how are you going to even have a good health situation, sanitation, when water system? Most Nigerians, 90% of Nigerians don't take shower. They take bath. And when you take bath, you haven't started to even, awaken the dead on your body. That's why, excuse me for this, if a lot of body odor exists in Nigeria. If you travel or walk around people, you could smell it because they don't take shower. They take bath. They have, water in the bucket. So there are a lot of things that needs to be done in Nigeria. But who's going to, and who is going to really believe in it and force the leadership to look towards that direction as opposed to the things they do. At the end of the day, most Nigerians are suffering.
Exactly.
Mr. Ijuke, let me come in. The core purpose of the deal is to fund the rehabilitation and modernization of two of Nigeria's most critical maritime gateways, the Lagos Port Complex in Apapa and the Tinkan Island Port Complex. But why do some Nigerians feel deals like this really translate into real positive changes? Let's have your opinion on this.
I'm hearing your question a bit by bit, but it says something about Tinkan Island. Is it?
Yeah, I made a point out of the core purpose of the deal is to fund the rehabilitation and modernization of two of Nigeria's most critical maritime gateways, the Lagos Port Complex and the Tinkan Island
Mhm.
Port Complex. But why do some Nigerians feel this deal translates into real positive changes?
But those islands, I think, they've been in Nigeria for a long time, and they're supposed to be a federal. Those ports are still a federal government owned. So for the years they've been operating, does it mean they don't make money? They could have funded this out of the revenue they get from collecting custom and excise duties. So what happened to that money? Uh, Again, I will give you a local example. For our airport here in Dallas Fort Worth, the airport is self-sustaining. They don't borrow money from the state. They don't borrow money from the city of Dallas and Fort Worth that own it. So anytime they want to do something, they have to go out and generate the funds. So why is the federal government borrowing money on behalf of those ports? Obviously, what happens when the money comes in, it doesn't even go towards what the project is supposed to be, or just people just use it as an opportunity to to fatten and dip in their pocket. So there's a lot of structural issues that exist in Nigeria, and that structural issues is because of how the Nigerian constitution is crafted. The Nigerian constitution is not crafted to make Nigeria succeed. Nigerian constitution is made to make individuals that run Nigeria to be successful, while the institutions that's supposed to make Nigeria succeed is overlooked, or strangulated. So you hear the minister, the president, the governor, the commissioner. These are the people that actually get fat. When I mean fat, get rich on Nigeria. And anytime you have your political people becoming rich, that country is in trouble. Anytime, mark this expression. When your political people are your rich people, then the country is not functioning. Because what they do is, the money is in their pocket. What I call pimp. Have you had the expression pimp? IMP, put in my pocket. That's what happens in Nigeria. The government, anybody who gets in there takes advantage of it for the duration they are in, either as an appointed person or as an elected person. Look at Nigeria from 1999, when the civil democratic thing, came in, and you look at the governors, you look at, you know, uh, the ministers, or you look at anybody that is given the level of government, they're the ones that get rich. They're the ones, their houses, you're wondering how did they get to build or live in a house as big as they show from the salary they make. And those things are very critical. Again, I'll give you example because I like to do compare and contrast. I grew up in Nigeria. I did my youth service before I left, and I come back and I look at neighborhoods, I look at areas, and I said, things have changed, but have things improved? Change is constant. None of us can do anything. Monday through Wednesday is a change, but what are the things that have improved? So while you may have a lot of Nigerians that flash their wealth, or they are being rich, the country as a whole hasn't really migrated, to a higher plane. You go to universities, you go to hospitals. Again, being somebody who was born and raised in the Enugu part of Nigeria, I went to University of Nigeria, Enugu campus. I didn't go to school there. I went to University in Port Harcourt, and I saw where the students' dormitory is. The classrooms are almost through up. So this is where future Nigerians are getting education. If this is what they see for the 4 or 5 years they're going to be there, what are they going to do when they come out? Because the environment is supposed to reflect a place that gives you the peace of mind, to do something. The Nigerian physical environment is very trifling. It's not because Nigerians cannot build. It's not because Nigerians don't have the mind to make a difference. It's just that the political structure they live in stifles their opportunity. And so, Tinkan Island and Lagos Island, by now, they should even surface on the federal government budget. Those agencies supposed to go in there, raise money based on the revenue they have, and make sure that facility, is functioning in order to do what it's supposed to do. The same thing like Ikeja Airport. If you look at Murtala Mohammed Airport, what does it look like? Again, if your reference is all about Nigeria, you think maybe it's doing well, because most Nigerians references is from their village to Lagos, and then they think, oh my God, this is good. When you put Nigeria on a bigger scale, Nigeria is nowhere to be compared. And let me give you a historical perspective. The Governor General of Hong Kong was the one that left Hong Kong to come to Lagos. Today, compare Hong Kong and Lagos, I could see a world of difference.
All right, Mr.
Lagos.
Ejike. I know you have a lot for us, and of course, we are ready to hear your analysis because they are great and they are nice. But let's go on a short break. We'll be right back. If you are just joining us, this is Perspective on ConsumerHallaTV, where we have discussions about spawning issues making the round. Let's go on a commercial break and use that medium to sip your coffee. We'll be right back.
Hi people, my name is Mo Fakorede and I am a filmmaker and a film director, and you're watching ConsumerHalla TV. ConsumerHalla TV is everything consumer advocacy, consumer rights, everything that has to do with consumers. On this TV, you'd watch, you'd learn, you'd be educated, and you'd be entertained. Keep watching ConsumerHalla TV.
My name is Olubukola Ozone, a photographer and a social media enthusiast. You're watching ConsumerHalla TV. It's a consumer advocacy TV. If you have a problem, any consumer related problem, just holla at them, just like their name implies, and they're going to get it sorted for you. Keep watching, stay tuned. Thank you very much.
Hi guys, my name is Jabbar Jalabi. I'm a marketing communications professional. I currently lead marketing at Flash Change, a fintech startup. Keep watching ConsumerHalla TV, a consumer advocacy channel.
Hello, my name is Sharon Rotimi. I'm an actor and I am on ConsumerHalla TV. Now, ConsumerHalla TV is a consumer advocacy channel. So if you have any issues, consumer related issues with brands and
Alright, welcome back. It is still Perspective on ConsumerHalla TV, and we are talking about the Nigeria-UK port deal this morning. We have Mr. Ejike Okpa in the studio, and the conversation is ongoing. And let me turn to you, Mr. Okpa. Right now, you've spoken about how the loan, the bilateral loan, is absolutely, it could be a little bit not on the safe side for us as Nigerians, and how the government are not, maybe doing proper research or having people come into that particular discussion before they go in to sign any memorandum of understanding. And there are lots of people that has this opinion. There are also broader debates about whether alternative financing models such as private investments or concessions could have been used instead of this particular deal with the UK. Please, what do you think about this? I would like to hear your opinion on this particular conversation.
Your comment or question is again, like right on the money. Again, let's call this $1 billion stuff. If the Nigerian government have gone out, just said, okay, we want Nigerians to pay for this stuff, and then you create what I call a bond market, or you create, like you had said in your question, alternative financing. And said, okay, every Nigerian of a certain age, maybe they are millionaires or billionaires, you want to subscribe to this bond to the tune of $10. So how many Nigerians would you need to do that? If you were to ask 100 million Nigerians to subscribe to a bond, a minimum of $10, you will get 1 billion. Okay, and that money is within Nigerians. When you pay back on the bond, you have enriched the Nigerian. But when you go outside and you borrow money at the terms and conditions that don't even favor Nigeria, paying other people, so the other people are sitting in an air-conditioned room somewhere, and you paying them, and why the Nigerians, are struggling to pay back, and then you haven't even, you know, evaluated the naira. The naira keeps changing, so the naira is not a stable currency. So that where you said, okay, I'm borrowing at $1. I'm borrowing $1 and I'm going to pay you at 10 cents, and it's going to be stable for the next 10 years. If you were to offer those to Nigerians, Nigerians would be more comfortable. No, hey, I'm paying towards something that is going to directly benefit me, as opposed to paying somebody who takes the money and that may not even get the benefit of having borrowed. So that is how money works. Money works in two ways. You have debt, and then you have equity. So the debt's supposed to give you wealth. Debt is what creates wealth if you manage the debt well, and then you pay it back to the people that are local, such that they too recycle that money by doing other things, and then you expand the economy. But if it's a one-way thing where you do it, you convert it. Remember now you're borrowing in the pound and you're going to convert it in naira, so somebody has to be getting that benefit other than you. So there are a lot of things, again, that when you look at the Nigerian situation, that stifles the Nigerian economy. It's not like Nigerians haven't gone to school in some of these prestigious institutions, but the thing is that when they come home, that education has not helped Nigeria to come. What I mean POP, it hasn't helped Nigeria to become a giant of a country. It's just a giant in the size of the people, but not a giant in the strides that makes Nigeria a country of repute.
All right, that is a very good one. I would like to ask a quick question before we round up on the program. Talking about, because this particular conversation of this bond is focusing and putting it to Nigerians as if we are going to have more job opportunities, trade, investment are going to be coming in better. But it's looking like it's not going to be that easy. It's looking more like maybe it's going to enrich the British citizens, because the job creation is not only for Nigerians now, it's also opening for the British opportunity, for the British people. So who do you think is going to benefit more if we as Nigerians, even we have a stifling economy, going to school is not even paying off, and then our government is going out to borrow this huge amount of money that we don't even know the interest rate of this money. There is no transparency whatsoever. Mr. President has not come out, to talk to us about what is going to happen to Nigerians if we are already being mortgaged out, because it's looking like that at the moment. So who is this thing going to benefit the most? Are we looking at a possibility of this job creation, job opportunities becoming a reality for Nigerian citizens?
All of the above, and you're right on the money again by the comments you made. If somebody's going to sit in London or wherever and just say, "Hey, wait, where's my check?" You're not paying up. So how is the Nigerian going to benefit? When it comes to money has to be relevant to the people borrowing it. If you go to a bank and say, "Hey, I need 1 million naira in order for me to open my shop," and the bank gives you a terms and conditions. So you got to look at it. Okay, what am I going to be able to turn that money over? What's going to be my debt coverage ratio in order for me to pay back? If in Nigeria today, and I think you guys should do this as your next analysis, go to local Nigerian banks and say, we want to borrow 1 million naira, and see what are the interest rate they're going to charge you. Let's say most of the interest rate, in fact, that's what they call it, the borrowing rate and lending rate, are two different things. So if the Central Bank of Nigeria is what they call interbank rate, the federal Central Bank of Nigeria is going to give XYZ bank, they're going to lend let them have that money at a certain rate. So the bank is going to come in now and add on it and lend it to their customers. So when the customers pay the bank turn around and pay the central bank. So you look at it, there's nobody who's going to borrow money in Nigeria for less than 30%.
All right,
So when you look at
Mr. Ejikeokpa, we
I
look
just want to
forward
make this,
to.
I want to make this concluding remark, because so
Okay.
if you're a customer, you get that 1 million naira and the bank is charging you 30%, you're supposed to make at least two times what the interest rate is. And in this case, you're going to make 600,000 naira to pay back on a debt of 1 million naira. Which business are you going to be doing? Even if you're a drug dealer, you can't turn that money over many times. So the interest rate in Nigeria is choking Nigerian local businesses. And then you go abroad to go bring in more money in hard currencies, in which case when you're going to pay it back, you're going to convert it to the naira and convert it to the currency, whether it's the pound or
Exactly,
the
sir.
yen. Yeah, and so those are the choking things, and nobody, not the Nigerian Bankers Association, not the Nigerian consumers that bear the blunt of these things have ever questioned it. They say, no, this is not good for me. In fact, in America, if you lend me money at an interest rate that is more than reasonable, that's a called usury law. You're gouging me, and I can
When it
sue
comes to
you for
even
doing it.
when it comes to lending in Nigeria and borrowing with interest rates, there is another conversation entirely on when it comes to interest rates for Nigerians. It's not easy to take loans in this country. Thank you so much for the analysis this morning. We would like to continue on the conversation, obviously, because it is a beautiful one, but the time is not on our side. And this morning, we will have to let you go, Mr. Okpa. Thank you so much for joining the conversation once again this morning.
Anytime you call me and let's have conversation that will jolt Nigerians. Yeah, this Nigerians needs to be provoked in order for them to have a country that works for them.
Thank you so much, sir.
No, thank you.
All right, Mr. Ejikeokpa right there, a global public analyst right there, joining us on the conversation. We look forward to this for the benefit of Nigeria in terms of economic growth and talking about the regional competitiveness and the infrastructure modernization. But the infrastructure and trade deals are very, very important. But the real measure is whether Nigeria and its citizens see tangible benefit. I mean, talking about faster imports, more jobs, and stronger economic control. And the big question still remains, will this deal create the real opportunities, or are we simply witnessing another agreement that may not benefit everyday Nigerians? How we manage, monitor, and engage with this deal absolutely will determine if the impact is positive or just symbolic. And many thanks for being part of today's show. I am Ire Ayomikoleki, and this is where we draw the curtain on the conversation this morning. In perspective, we'll be back again on Monday by the special grace of God. Follow us on all our social media platforms and do subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you, Nigeria, for joining on the conversation this morning.
Thank you so much, Nigerians, for joining us on Perspective. And like we said, Perspective will be back on Monday morning. Thank you so much for watching the program. I am Kikelomo at Jibola. Good morning.
Unique and exciting platform, So it's a digital telecast, and our goal is to further connect consumers in Nigeria to brands with insightful news, development within the fast-paced world of consumers. The world of consumers is growing at a very fast pace, So we want to inform Nigerians. We want to get them educated about their rights, So our role is that we're going to educate consumers in Nigeria, all right? So by bringing them specialized and what you call analytical, research-based content generation that will inform, educate, sensitize the audience, So that's ConsumerHalla TV. So I call it an offshoot of our ConsumerHalla brand. ConsumerHalla brand actually was the first consumer, we call it the first complaint or Consumer Complaint Resolution Portal. When we started it about 10 years ago, or about 7 years ago, it became the first complaint resolution portal. We created it so that Nigerians can actually lodge complaint on that portal. We spent a lot of resources to build a very robust platform where today, if you have any complaint, about any brand, any leading brands in Nigeria, and you go on that platform, you can actually click, just a click, you can find the brand, you can actually lodge your complaint, and once you submit it, that complaint will be routed to that organization, and within 72 hours, we will obtain feedback for you. We build it in such a way that we have connection to almost all the organizations, and it's been working. We've resolved several complaints for people without having to charge them any penny, because the idea is not to charge. So what we have done with ConsumerHalla TV is to take it to the next level. So we hope to change the narrative. We want to give the right direction. Nigeria has the largest consumer market in the world, with a population of over 220 million people. Why should we be the one that is suffering the most? Everywhere you turn to, it's as though Nigerian consumers don't have a voice. You're traveling, you buy a ticket. For whatever reason, an airline will wake up middle of the night, delay the flight for whatever reason, and then you'll be waiting at the airport for hours. You'll be there for 2 hours, 3 hours, no any explanation. Then while you're there, they can even wake up and say, oh, flight has been cancelled. So everybody carry their luggage and go home. Nothing happened. Of course, things are changing. We must commend government because government is beginning to wake up, but there's still a lot to be done. And we believe that we can help to make, bring about those right changes. So we offer deliberately, part of what we do is that we also offer advocacy, all right? We're not just an advocacy organization, but we offer advocacy. We have a legal team, we have lawyers that are registered on our platform, all right, that can also take up cases, okay? So, and we've taken up many cases like that, and won those cases. So, ConsumerHalla is a platform to help consumers we're not fighting brands, but rather we say we're bringing about an amicable, resolution of conflict, such that it will be beneficial to the consumers and also be beneficial to the brand. I remember the word of Jeff Bezos. Bezos is the founder of Amazon. He said that the most important single thing, all right, for an organization is to focus obsessively, use the word obsessively, on the customer. We often say that customers is a king. They should sit at the top of the ladder. In our environment, customers are the ladder. A brand wakes up today, decide what product to produce. They wake up today, decide how much the consumer should pay. They wake up to decide everything for consumers. So consumers are just at the receiving end, and yet they are milking the consumers. There's no price regulation in this country, none. People just wake up and fix prices. Look at the power. Government wakes up, we change policy, we wake up and we get people to pay more. We think it's time for consumers to begin to speak out. In speaking out, in engaging, we can get the brand to begin to do what is right. And of course, I know that the consumers themselves need to be educated. So our role, our vision also is to ensure that we educate consumers, we bring awareness. A lot of Nigerian consumers don't even know about their rights. You buy a product from a supermarket. I've had this experience. You buy a product from a supermarket, all right? For whatever reason, you take that product back to your house, and maybe something went wrong somewhere. By the time you take that product back to the shop where you bought it from, and you say, Oga, this thing, you know what's going to tell you? Oga, na me make am. Na me make am now. That's why I buy am. Meaning that there's nothing I can do to the product. So you lose the product, then you lose your money, because the money is not refunded. The product you can't use. Only in Nigeria. Only in Nigeria. Let me give you another experience I had. In the course of this, because I did a lot of, I went around, you know, in doing this. I was in US, I was in UK, I was in South Africa, I was in Germany, just because of this, to just study the environment. You know, I was in a friend's house in UK, in London, you know, and then what happened? We were going to go out, and he was going to dress up. So he said, oh, to me, I was seated in his sitting room. So he said, oh, wait a minute, I picked up an iron, that's the pressing iron, 2 days ago or so from a store. You know, oh, let me try this, let me just try and use that to iron my shirt, and we can go out. So I was seated, the TV was on, I was watching. While I watched him, he brought out the pressing board, you know, spread it out, brought the iron out in my presence, plugged in the iron, and then as soon as he switched on the power button, we just had a spark. Boom! Ooh. The guy was
Right, it is the news at 10 on ConsumerHallaTV. I'm Kikelamo Ajibola. Right now, Nigeria's downstream oil sector is adjusting to a fresh price reduction by the Dangote Petroleum Refinery and Petrochemicals, which has lowered its petrol gantry price to 1,200 naira per litre, while setting its coastal supply price at 1,153 naira per litre. The announcement was made by company spokesperson Anthony Giegine, who linked the adjustment to shifting global oil dynamics. The refinery said the decision reflects a downward review of its pricing structure, influenced by continued geopolitical tensions in the Middle East affecting crude oil markets. The change is expected to ripple across Nigeria's fuel distribution chain, impacting depot owners, marketers, and retail pump prices nationwide. Marketers sourcing petrol locally are likely to see reduced landing costs, while the coastal pricing offers an alternative supply route for distributors operating along southern corridors. This could ease logistics and improve supply efficiency regions. Despite the reduction, petrol prices had risen sharply in recent weeks due to the US-Iran conflict, climbing from about 840 naira per litre to nearly 1,300 naira. The latest cut may push pump prices slightly lower, although supply constraints linked to crude shortages remain a concern for the refinery. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved the expansion of Nigeria's compressed natural gas initiative to include electric vehicles, marking a major shift in the country's clean energy strategy. The program will now operate as the presidential initiative on compressed natural gas and electric vehicles. According to the presidential spokesman, Bayo Anonuga, the expanded initiative will coordinate both gas-powered and electric mobility solutions nationwide. It will oversee the rollout of infrastructure such as refueling stations, conversion kits, and electric charging networks. The government has directed immediate steps to make vehicle conversion kits widely available and affordable, working with financial institutions to create flexible financing options. Mobile refueling units are also expected to be deployed to improve access, while permanent infrastructure is developed. Officials says the move builds on Nigeria's vast natural gas reserves and aims to reduce fuel costs, conserve foreign exchange, and promote environmentally friendly transportation. The inclusion of electric vehicles is expected to strengthen long-term energy sustainability. Moving on now, the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Olayemi Cardoso, says 32 banks have already met new capital requirements ahead of the March 31, 2026 deadline. He disclosed this at a monetary policy forum in Abuja. Cardoso noted that the recapitalization drive has strengthened the banking sector's resilience and positioned it to support long-term investment and economic growth. The reforms are part of a broader effort to stabilize Nigeria's macroeconomic environment. He explained that the CBN inherited significant economic challenges, including high inflation, foreign exchange pressures, and weakened policy credibility. Measures taken since then include reducing ways and means financing and tightening monetary policy. The Apex Bank also cleared over $7 billion in foreign exchange backlog and introduced reforms to improve market transparency. These actions have boosted investor confidence and increased diaspora remittances, which are projected to reach $1 billion monthly. The Central Bank of Nigeria has introduced strict measures against chronic loan defaulters, restricting their access to banking services in a move aimed at strengthening financial discipline. The policy targets large borrowers with non-performing loans. Governor Olayemi Cardoso said the era of regulatory leniency is over, stressing that the new approach enforces accountability and protects the banking system. Defaulters will no longer be able to access credit facilities or trading instruments. The directive is designed to curb credit jumping, where borrowers move between banks to accumulate unpaid debt. By limiting access to financial services, the CBN hopes to enforce a stronger repayment culture. Officials said their policy will safeguard depositors' funds and ensure that newly raised banking capital, estimated that at over 4 trillion naira, is not exposed to systemic risk. The chairman of the House Committee on Power, Victor Nwokolo, has called for increased funding of Nigeria's power sector amid President-elect persistent electricity outages. He made the appeal during an event in Abuja. Nwokolo said inadequate funding remains a major obstacle to completing ongoing power projects, warning that partial investment yield no meaningful results. He stressed that electricity is critical to economic productivity and national development. Other stakeholders, including Senator Enyinaya Abaribe, highlighted the importance of strengthening institutions like NELCO to manage liabilities and attract investment into the sector. Officials emphasized that reliable electricity is essential for small businesses and industries, which continues to struggle with high energy costs due to poor supply. Now, the federal government says ongoing reforms in Nigeria's electricity sector have attracted about $2 billion in investment while significantly reducing liabilities. Minister of Power, Debayo Adelabu, disclosed this in Abuja. He said liabilities in the sector have dropped from over 2 trillion naira to about 146 billion naira, while savings exceeding 700 billion naira have been achieved through reforms. The improvements are linked to policy changes, market liberalization, and the implementation of the Electricity Act 2023, which allows states to participate in electricity generation and distribution. Adelabu noted that 16 states' electricity markets have already been activated, boosting competition and investor confidence across the sector. A High Court in Abuja has discharged former Aviation Minister Stella Odua from a 2.5 billion naira fraud case after companies linked to her admitted guilt. The court convicted the companies involved, ordered the dissolution, and approved the forfeiture of 1.98 billion naira to the federal government. The ruling followed a plea bargain agreement. Prosecutors amended the charges to focus on the companies which admitted to unlawful possession of funds. Odua represented the firms in court and entered a guilty plea on their behalf. The judge subsequently struck out charges against Odua and her aide, bringing the case to a close while ensuring recovery of public funds. And now, still talking about aviation, the aviation stakeholders have begun discussions on the 712 billion naira upgrade of the Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos. The project is funded under the federal government infrastructure program. Industry experts say the refurbishment must go beyond fiscal upgrades to address efficiency, sustainability, and global competitiveness. The airport is currently undergoing major construction work. Participants at the policy dialogue called for private sector investment and strategic planning to ensure long-term value. They believe the project could position Lagos as a key regional aviation hub. The initiative is also expected to boost tourism, improve connectivity, and drive economic growth if properly executed. Economist Bismarck Rewane has warned that Nigeria's power crisis poses a serious threat to economic growth. He spoke at an economic summit in Lagos. Rewane said stable electricity is essential for productivity, particularly for small businesses that currently rely on expensive fuel alternatives. He described the sector as critical to achieving national development goals. He noted that despite billions of dollars invested over the years, power generation remains below levels recorded decades ago. This has continued to hinder industrial and economic progress. Experts at the event urged increased investment in infrastructure, agriculture, and technology to unlock growth opportunities and strengthen Nigeria's economy. U.S. stock futures recorded gains after former President Donald Trump delayed potential military action against Iran's energy infrastructure. The move eased investor concerns after recent market losses. Major indices, including the Dow Jones, S&P 500, and Nasdaq futures, rose modestly. Recovery from earlier declines triggered by geopolitical tensions. Oil prices remained high but showed slight moderation. Delay in military action signals a possible path toward de-escalation, although uncertainty persists as Iran has yet to commit to negotiation. Markets continue to react to development in the Middle East. Analysts warn that prolonged volatility in oil prices could increase recession risk globally, with impact already seen in housing and employment. All right, thank you so much for joining the news this morning once more at ConsumerHalla TV. To stay connected, to listen to more news updates, follow us across all our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, X, and on YouTube, all at ConsumerHalla. Head over to our TikTok account at ConsumerHallaTV. I'm Kikelomo Ajibola. Good morning. Hey there, do you know in the world today, everyone is a consumer, and as consumers, we all have the right to be heard.
In Nigeria today, as a consumer, you have all right to product information, right to fair pricing, right to return goods, right to product labeling, right to fair dealings, and a lot more.
Well then, have you heard about the new media channel?
ConsumerHalla TV.
ConsumerHalla TV.
ConsumerHalla TV.
At ConsumerHalla TV, our goal is to inform and educate consumers in Nigeria with insightful news alongside development within the fast-paced world of consumers through well-researched, specialized, and analytical content.
Our vision at ConsumerHalla TV is to create an engaging platform that provides right connections for meaningful brands in Nigeria, thus creating a more caring world for consumers where business thrive.
And guess what? Our ConsumerHalla brand is the first consumer complaint resolution portal in Nigeria, powered by a 72-hour feedback mechanism. We offer consumer advocacy, informative talk shows, branding promotions, advertising, and lots more. Connect with us via our YouTube channel at ConsumerHalla TV. Follow us on our Facebook page, ConsumerHalla TV, our Instagram page, ConsumerHalla TV, and do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscription is free. ConsumerHalla TV. At ConsumerHalla TV, you deserve to be heard. At ConsumerHalla TV, you deserve to be heard.
And then what happened? We were going to go out, and he was going to dress up. So he said, oh, to me, I was seated in his sitting room. So he said, oh, wait a minute, I picked up an iron, that's the pressing iron, 2 days ago or so from a store. You know, oh, let me try this, let me just try and use that to iron my shirt and we can go out. So I was seated, the TV was on, I was watching. While I watched him, he brought out the pressing board, spread it out, brought the iron out in my presence, plugged in the iron, and then as soon as he switched on the power button, we just had a spark. Boom! Ooh. The guy was raged. Then he goes, what just happened? So he said, no, these guys are in trouble, they're in soup. I was thinking, what are you going to do? You know, I was trying to compare that experience to what would have happened in Nigeria. In my presence there, he opened the pack. There was a card inside it. Inside that card was a call, number to call. And he called the shop or wherever he got the thing from. I was hearing the conversation that was going on. And all he said to them on the phone was, look, by the time he even called, clearly because they already, through the call, they could trace where he was calling from and who was calling. He said, yeah, I picked up this number, I picked up this iron yesterday, and guess what? I just plugged it to power, and then this thing just, stopped, didn't work. At the other hand, I could hear the voice, oh, we're so sorry. We're sorry about that. And they said, this is your address, yeah. Don't worry, we'll get you a replacement. All right. So my friend handed the call and dropped the. So I said, so what's going to happen? He said, don't worry yourself now. Shebi, we're here. They will bring a replacement. I said, they will bring a replacement. He said, yes. I said, they won't even try to check whether it was your fault, because it could have been your fault. Maybe you didn't do something well about the first. No, it can't be his fault now. Shebi is a brand new item that he bought. While we were still talking, in fact, I'm not even sure it was up to 30 minutes or so. We had a knock on the door. He himself said he must be the dispatch person. By the time he opened the door, it was a dispatch man that was on the other side. And then the dispatch man was at the door. Just watch this. Was at the door. I was seated in the sitting room. The guy was at the door to meet with the dispatch guy. The dispatch man that brought the replacement iron, I heard him say, we're so sorry. So I was so shocked. I mean, a dispatch man, this guy is a dispatch, so also apologize. I was so touched by it that even a dispatch man was so trained, to tell the guy, we are so sorry. And guess what? He brought the replacement iron. By the time my guy opened the iron, it was a bigger size iron. So they replaced with a bigger size iron. The guy never asked for the one that went bad. He didn't say, okay, where is the other one that we gave to you so that he could take it back? No, he just bought a new one and gave it back. So I asked my friend, I said, can you interpret this to me? He said, here in London, if they didn't do this, they know the next thing I would do. So I'm just going to grab a lawyer. And I'm going to tell them they've destroyed something in my house. By the time I'm done, they will pay through their nose. Because the consumers are conscious of their rights. In Nigerian consumers, even those who are aware, won't even take the battle up. Everybody just go, what can we do now? Today they wake up and ban this. What can we do now? So we've got to change the narrative. We have to stand up. So the vision of ConsumerHalla TV is really to create an engagement platform that constantly mirrors the minds of consumers and provide right connections for meaningful brands in Nigeria. Thus, we believe, will be forming part of that our overall vision, of creating a more caring world of consumers where businesses thrive. Please. So, I think that we'll make our impact. We ask you to join us on this journey. ConsumerHalla TV will drive engagement. It will also be there to help to promote brands that are doing what is right. So we're not out to criticize any brand. Rather, we have to complement what the brands are doing, because there is no organization that or a business that was set up to fail. Nobody set up a business to fail. So there are just gaps that needs to be fixed. So together we can fix things, and together we believe that we will create the right story for consumers in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
The hike in fuel have sparked a lot of conversations across all countries. Many Nigerians have seen this because it has affected them in different ways. And on today's edition, we'll be talking to Nigerians how this hike in fuel has affected their feeding, their transportation, and basic needs. What are the things they need to cut off? Today, everything is not about brand. Sometimes we need to talk about the important things that affect consumers and hear their opinion on how they feel apart from different setting views. And I am Elizabeth Abefe. Today we'll be going out to ask consumers about their reaction. What do they feel concerning the increment in hike of prices in fuel? Come with me as we go find out from consumers. Good morning, ma.
Oh, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Okay, so what is your name?
My name is Madam Funke.
So what do you do?
I'm into politics. I'm a grassroots APC, but it's not reflecting in us. With the grassroots, it's only the governors that are enjoying it, the ministers, the senators. We're not happy. Look at my people here. Look at them. Look at them in the market. Instead of Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Madam Tinubu to send delegates here and give them money to empower them more than this. We are not seeing anything. It's not reflecting in us.
Okay.
It's too bad.
So how do you feel with the increment in fuel prices?
In fuel price, it's from Iran and US. That's why it's coming to us as end user. We don't have any choice. But Mr. President should try and bring these CNG buses that he promised to give us. CNG buses, CNG taxis, CNG maruas, tricycle, etc. We are waiting.
So how has this fuel affected your daily budgets, your daily expenses?
Now I come to the market, I want to come and buy meat. I want to come and buy food stuff. I cannot afford it. It's more than my budget. I'm budgeting like bringing like 10,000 naira to the market. Even as a widow, can you imagine? I'm still trying to think of what to buy. Maybe I end up buying this dry fish from this Kutonu people, this Benenu that they are selling.
So what are the things you've cut off? What are the things you've cut off? Like your plans that you've cut off due to the price?
I like drinking yogurt. I like taking what is it called? Plantain. Plantain is very expensive, 2,000, 4,000 upwards. Then I like taking buying intestine like liver, this liver stuff, not red meat. I cannot afford it. Even ogunfe, the white meat, I cannot afford it at all. Now that everything I went up, so I now resulted into buying dry fish, only dry fish. I'm making egusi.
What do you think the government can do right now concerning the?
So I don't know. They should talk to them in the north now. They should talk to them in the north. Even ingredients. Like tomatoes, like pepper, it's very expensive. They are shading one just for 1,000 naira. How am I going to use like 3,000, 3,500 to buy only pepper ingredients? They should try to talk to them, improve our brothers from the north.
Okay, talking about transport now, how expensive is transport? How much do you take transport before? How much is it now?
Very, very, very expensive. I'm into transportation. I was into transportation before, but now I cannot afford. I cannot afford to fuel my bus. I cannot afford to fuel my car. My neighbors, they cannot afford to. They always complain. How am I going to take X amount of naira to fuel my car from Ikeja to Lekki, or from Ikeja to Aja, or from Ikeja to Maitu, or going to Okoko? So people are like working only 1 day or 2 days now in the office. The rest, they work at home.
So how will you feel if the price keep on rising? The fuel in price?
That it will be rising. We don't know where it's going to stop. So my appeal to Mr. President should please do something. Please do something. If you want to empower us, come to us directly. You can send the commissioner or directly the commissioner or I can't say the governor, the commissioner or local government chairman to us directly. Don't let it go to the third hand or to the fourth hand. We will appreciate you. God will be with you. God will bless Nigeria. There will be peace in the world. In Jesus' name.
Thank you, ma. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, so what is your name?
Olukunalawi.
So what do you do?
Driver.
A driver. So with the recent increase that has been happening with fuel prices and all, how has it affected you?
Even worse. So when they bomb me, this one is worsted. Because to even eat, it's very hard. Low passenger. Even though when you look outside, people they don't even move at all. Both where they work out with leg. In fact, this one even is very worst. So please, let me allow my language.
Okay, yeah, you're free.
Láti ìgbà tó ti bí mi báyìí tí mo ti gbójú, eléyìí ló dàbí pé àti irú ẹ̀ rí. Wọ́n náà fi ń dẹ́rù bá Ọlọ́run. Eléyìí kò dẹ́rù bá Ọlọ́run gan báyìí. Torí pé kí ni ní Nàìjíríà táwa yìí àtijọ́ àti mú ó le wọ́n ní kí lápá wa ó lè wà. Tẹ́mi gan bá níbọn, tí n bá ní èké, èmi gan mo rẹ́dì. Mọ́tò wà báyìí 30 million ẹ̀mí tata mọ́tò àlékò láti 7 days lọ́jọ́ tàbí mi ò lọ anywhere ṣé mi ò ní jẹun ṣé máa lọ jalè ni. So tí mo dẹ̀ ní mọ́tò ọmọdé ìyàwó wà nulẹ̀ tí ò yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì wa abẹ wọn ni kan try kan jẹ́ kí kọ́ńtì dáa eléyìí tán ní bandits kìnìkan ok báwo ni ẹni tó ṣiṣẹ́ tó gájẹ̀ tó níṣẹ́ iṣẹ́ ò lẹ́fẹ́ kó ṣe jẹun náà so àníjọba náà tíjọba bá wà pé kọ́ńtì báyìí ok wọ́n la ní refinery according to mẹ́ta kò sí eléyìí tó iṣẹ́ nu mẹ́ta tó Dangote wọ́n ní àtìlépa ní gbogbo ẹ̀ refinery tó wọ́n ló fọ epo according to wọ́n ní federal government wa náà wọ́n fún ní good oil ó tún wé bí ẹni báwo ni inú ẹ̀ ṣe fẹ́ dùn so gbogbo olùkọ́ báyìí kò lẹ̀ kọ́ níjàwé èèyàn ẹ wọ àwọn gáàjì tó ń gbòòrò omi ń sọ̀kadà tó yẹ kó níbẹ̀ irú ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wá ń sin ní gáàjì ayé gáàjì tó yẹ pé àgbèrè ló ń ṣe tí ò lè drive mọ́tò so tí ò dẹ́ kó níbẹ̀ so èlò tó yẹ pé wọ́n wáṣẹ́ lọ tó yẹ pé òun gan yáwó mọ́tò kó ń lé ní ibi tó ní iṣẹ́ tó wá lọ àdẹ́dẹ̀ tó débẹ̀ iṣẹ́ ò bọ́ sí ẹjọ́ kí ni kẹ́ni ẹ ṣe ẹ wọ àwọn ọmọ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọmọ student ẹ wo ìyá wọn ti tọ́ wọn rí wọn lówó tọ́ ọmọ mi aṣẹ́wó ló ń ṣe káàkiri so ẹ wo kọ́ńtì bó ṣe kò yẹ kó níbẹ̀.
So now with the increased rate in fuel now, how do you survive? How are you surviving?
nípa tepo ìbá mi ò make anything even though bí èèyàn bá jẹ́ owner driver because we like me I'm running Abuja to Lagos I'm using fuel like other time before 120 go Abuja but now I dey use 190 200,000 go Abuja and the fuel this thing now go our passenger now but only go passenger they no dey pay money that's why we dey here on 1 week no passenger because when we are carry Abuja 2025 before look at the increase of the fuel. Okay, but I fit pay 50,000, 55,000 go Abuja.
Wow. Okay, so now before it is 25,000 to go to Abuja, but now 55, and now so people are not coming.
They're not coming because the fare is too much. So almost times 2. Times 3. You understand? So how much we are buying fuel before? Almost 800, let's say 800. Look at the fare now. In Abuja, it's almost 1,450. You understand? So this is, in fact, even worse. It was. So may our government try to find solution.
Okay, so what are the things you cut off? You know, sometimes maybe you have plans that this is the amount I'm going to spend on this. This is the amount I'm going to spend on this. But with the increase in fuel price now, how has it affected your planning?
Even though all my planning, my government don't scatter it. My plan, they don't scatter the planning because I even tell one of my brother, so go learn this part of work, part motor. But the money where we start to say where the guy do freedom, so we go use to start to invest. So the money no fit take anything again because let's say paper now where we are buying 12,000 on 90 cm, they are selling 16,000. Only paper, not be engine oil. So everything is if we say Nigerian people when they see, even though either you get the thing for your shop, moment when they increase fuel like this, moment immediately is affected. Okay, look at some filling station, they get the fuel, that very day they increase. But when government say make the fuel go 800 today, they go say that one finish. And this thing, we come out with the key the government. Not be say government they kill, we come out with the key the government. We dey kill ourselves. So you understand? So that is the thing where say.
So what do you think government can do?
Government can do na only God o may they go sleep, may they know say no be all of us na get money. Poor people na dem plenty, so make the government help us. We like me, I'm a poor person because if to say I get person wey get money, you no go see me here. You no go see for this place, but some people dey inside AC now, some no even know say fuel cost because accountable na the money wey they get for account. So make our government make they even try as moment now make they change the price go down as we did before, even though the fare wey we are buying before e still cost, we dey manage it, but because Nigeria we no need to go out and protect. And let's say this our papa wey dey there, Yoruba people we no wan protect. That's why if to say na Igbo dey there, I know say Yoruba we go protect. True is better because when good law carry fuel go where you comot subsidy, this Lagos and then start to protect, and good law e no fit comot the subsidy at that time. But this our papa dey go there now, we no fit do anything again because it's our father. Which is very bad.
Okay, so what will happen now if the prices refuse to go down or it keeps getting more and more expensive?
May government help us. May they can be even they tell us say fuel go 500, 400. We know say they lie for us. May the fuel go down at the fuel day. May they help us. May the fuel go down because this one we know for manage am. Okay, look at anybody wey ever get generator. You wan buy fuel put for your generator. How much for 1 liter? If you wan buy fuel now 4,000 naira 5,000, e no pass 3 liter. It's very bad. It's very bad. Okay, now if you wan full this motor now, this motor you go contain 130,000. 130 fuel. It's very bad. And before where this motor you go consume is 60,000 naira. It don't full. So look at the fuel. It's very bad. So how possible them go for here to the Carena? They tell us say 30K. I go take pay the money. So it's very bad. Please we beg them because we don't get power. Now then hold the power. After then God. So make they help us because we don't know what we go do again. So many people now see garage. You know go see anybody again. So see motors this morning where they load I couldn't hear. I did since on Wednesday. I never go Abuja. So
thank you very much, sir. Good morning, sir.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ ma.
How are you?
Mo wà dáadáa.
Okay, so what is your name?
Ẹ ṣé. Nípa ìkan tí ìròyìn tẹ́ mú wá láàárọ̀ inú mi dùn. Tẹ́ bá wo ìgboro dáadáa ń sìn. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mo ní question kan láti béèrè. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ta ni Dangote gangan ẹ jọ̀ọ́ tí mo béèrè as in. Tẹ́ bá wo ìgboro ń sìn ẹ wo bí ìgboro ṣe rí ẹ wo everywhere ẹ wo no park. Nobody. She understand? Number one, you can't combine everybody. Ìwọ ni businessman. Ìwọ ni bóyá pé anything. Epo yìí ni. No why? You can't bá mú epo tí epo wọ́n. She understand? Everything gbúdọ̀ price everything gbúdọ̀ lọ sókè. Epo nìkan tó join kò sí business tó fẹ́ ṣe láyé yìí. She understand? Epo gbúdọ̀ involve. But ẹ̀wù wọn ni wọ́n jà ní country kan kí ló kàn wá pẹ̀lú country tó ti ń jà pé ṣe get tí ẹ bá wo àwọn country tó ti ń jà wọ́n ẹ̀gbọ́n ṣẹ̀wò ní country kìíní ọ̀rọ̀ aṣáàtìgbọ́ òní ní news pé kìíní wọ́n ṣì ń ta epo 30-something naira per litre.
láwọn country kan.
láwọn country wọ́n ṣì ń ta epo 30-something naira per litre. why kátẹ́gbà pé tẹ́lẹ̀ a ṣì ń ra 7-something a ṣì ń pariwo pé ó lọ sókè. Ẹ wò ó sìn ní Abuja àná mo kó ní Abuja ok gbogbo owó tí mo gbà kó l'Abuja kìíní lánàá ọ̀sẹ̀ mo gbà mo bíi 270-280 kúrò ní Abuja ìgbà tí mo máa dé bí báyìí owó pé 100,000 naira sí mi lọ́wọ́ láì ṣe pé wọ́n kidnap mi wọ́n gba owó lọ́wọ́ mi ok kíyàn máa bọ̀ kí mọ́tò bàjẹ́ sí ọ̀nà báwo lèèyàn ṣe àwọn èrò wọn báwo lèèyàn ṣe máa rí owó já wọn wá sí another motor wàhálà máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá a sọ fún àwọn gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì wa lóòótọ́ a ní ìjọba àṣẹmọ̀ ó dàbí olórin kan ní kò sí kinní kan ìjọba tí ò dàbí lóòótọ́ ó lè jẹ́ ìjòyè burúkú ló ní ibi tí àwọn small mistake wọn tó bá kán bá wa do gbogbo even gbogbo gbogbo country kò sí anything gan circulate tábà àwọn aláwọn kan APC àwọn kan PDP which is tí APC bá gbàjọba fún bóyá 10 years àwọn ẹ̀ máa fi rú ìyà tó máa jẹ àwọn bí PDP tó bá yẹ PDP náà ló wà ń bẹ ìyà jẹ àwọn opposition party tó wà which is tí ò yẹ kó máa rí bẹ́ẹ̀ because we are one the same country. We are Nigeria. Okay, and again, ìkan tàbí ṣé ẹjọ́ ṣé ẹ̀yin oníròyìn ṣé ẹ̀yin lẹ́ parọ́ ní gọ́nsìn ọ̀ Dangote. Ṣé Dangote ló parọ́ ní ọ̀ ẹ̀yin oníròyìn? Ẹ sọ pé a ní epo tó máa gbé wa fún so years. Now ọjọ́ ni pé àti wàá gbà pé wọ́n jà ní Iran àwọn ló ń supply wa pé ọjọ́ òní ìjà bẹ̀rẹ̀ ń sìn. Ṣé epo Dangote tí wọ́n máa gbé wa fún many years ṣé ó ti tán ni àbó ti gbẹ? Ṣé epo Dangote ó ti tán ni àbí ó gbẹ? Ó tán ni náà. Ok tó bá di time ok abẹ́ bọ́ sí time gbà tó máa gbé àpótí pé kìíní ṣe báyà náà ṣàjẹ́ kìíní lé lórí. Àwa la ń dìbò àwa la pé kìíní àwa la gbé wọn débẹ̀ bọ̀ wọ́n débẹ̀ tó wọn dára mọ̀ mọ́ ṣé bó ṣe kó ṣe rí ni apá àbí apá onímọ́tò àti civil servant everybody ṣe understand ẹjọ́ kan bá wa ṣebí títì là ń wò yìí ẹ wo títì mọ́tò mélòó lẹ́yìn tó kọjá títì ẹ ní closing time ní closing time ẹ wo títì bó ṣe rí ẹjọ́ ẹ bá wa wá solution ẹjọ́ ìyá.
So what are the things you've cut off due to this fuel issue? Kí ni àwọn nǹkan tí ẹ ti gé kù tó yẹ kẹ́ ṣe tẹ́ ẹ ṣe nípa epo tó wọ́n yìí?
ẹ rà ṣẹ́ tó yẹ kí èmi ṣe tí mi.
Normally tẹ máa ń ṣe.
Okay, thank you. Driver ni mi. In a week, I run Abuja to Lagos. Go come. I run 2 trips in a week, and I know how much I'm making. She understand? Mo mọ iye tí mo rí tí n bá lóko. Now, alẹ́ àná ni mo dé sí Èkó ń sìn. Mo ti wà ní Abuja, mo ti lò 11 days. Ó yẹ kí ti lọ kí ti dé. Mo dà kí ni gbé bá pé bí màá ṣe kàn bí báyìí ṣé irun wọn bí báyìí màá ti àti Zuba màá lọ Maraba màá padà sí Gbàgbàládá màá lọ sí different so that mo ń wá network kiri so that kí ni bá pé mo kàn jókòó síbì kan o ṣe understand pé ṣé àwọn kan tó bá ṣe pé ọ̀rọ̀ epo yẹn ó wà bíi ọmọdé bíi 700 tó wà tẹ́lẹ̀ àbí ṣebí alálépa leverage èmi bìlí pé tá a bá ṣe ń ta epo 500-600 naira a ní owó yẹn láti kò lè pa wá a máa lo but ọlá náà bóyá pé ká fi irú ọjọ́ tata nígbà yín sìn ká fi ṣe example bóyá pé mo ní appointment níbi irú mile 2 or mazamaza sìn ṣé mọ̀ pé tí n bá ní genuine reason bóyá pé tẹ́lẹ̀ ń sì tí bá fẹ́ lọ from here to mile 2 if I have maybe 1.5 mo ti lọ mo ti dé. But now ẹ jẹ́ ká dá mọ́tò dúró bí báyìí ká bèrè ìtàn gbé mile 2 bí báyìí sìn. If you want to go mile 2 now to mile 2 you must have like 2K before you can get there. Ṣé understand? Kẹ́tù lè débẹ̀ a máa ní 2,000 naira ẹ̀ ti padà wá o. Ṣé ẹ rí i pé now gbogbo kinní wọ̀nyẹn ó máa mú gbogbo àwọn kinní wa slow. But ẹ bá ní tangible things kan láti lọ ṣe kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ pé kinní just like kò lè work. Tẹ́lẹ̀ ń sọ o ti lọ jẹ́ kí n ṣàlọ́ kí n padà wá pé ṣé wọ́n tó ní 3,000 naira dání tó o ti jẹun tó o ti ṣẹ́ ní tì tó ń rò kan tó fẹ́ jẹ gan níbà.
ẹ̀rù ń bà wọ́n náà ni.
ṣe understand ẹ jẹ́ káwọn gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì wa then owó ìdẹ̀ wà níbì kan tí n ṣe kí bá tó wà gidi gan yàfùnyàfùn tó wà but kò circulate because a lè sọ pé bí àwọn gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì wa a lè sọ pé bí wọ́n ṣiṣẹ́ a lè sọ pé wọ́n ṣiṣẹ́ but ibi tó bá fì sí ibi ṣe understand ibi tó bá fì sí àwọn lóòótọ́ gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ó fì sí ọ̀dọ̀ ẹni àwọn ọ̀dà kìnínní náà again wọ́n máa ó dàbí pé wọ́n ní bí ọ̀ràn kan wọ́n ní ẹni tó gba orin màláì ó lé ẹni tó gba ibì kan wọlé tó ó ní wá ní ìlú Èkó dáa ṣùgbọ́n ọ̀ tó bá gbọ́nà tó ṣe pé kíní kan wà ní ìlú Èkó dáa Èkó dùn yùngbàyùngbà ṣe understand bó ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn ẹ jọ.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine. Good.
Okay, so what is your name?
My name is Emmanuel Abioye.
So what do you do?
I'm a lawyer.
Okay, now how do you feel concerning the recent increment in fuel prices?
Well, it's very appalling, unexpected, and it's affecting everyone. You know, whether you're a commuter or you have your own car, it affects you.
So how has it affected your daily income, your daily budget? Has it in any way affected your budget?
Well, of course, we've been buying 700 plus worth of fuel before per liter, and all of a sudden now 1,330. 1,330. So obviously affects the budget. You never budgeted for that, you know. So you're very unfortunate.
Okay, so is there anything you want the government to do?
Well, I wish the government would regulate in a way that will not affect the citizens too badly, because when we begin to compete with the international market, it will affect the people, it will affect the citizens. And obviously we have our own crude oil here, so it's not always good to be beginning to compete with the international market when it comes to crude oil, you know, because obviously now, I mean, it affects the citizen, common citizen, and that's it. I wish that government will look inward and see how they can regulate in a way that will not affect you may not call it subsidy, whatever it is, whether palliative, anything, to make sure that the citizen at home with whatever it is they're bringing as the price for the marketers.
What do you think will happen if the fuel refuse to keep increasing? What do you think? How do you feel?
People, I mean, we cannot predict. You know, nothing is predictable anymore. So nobody expected this. It does not increase the salary. The salary still remains. The amount of money that people spend in the market is keep on increasing. I mean, the products and the commuter vehicles increase their fares. So it affects everybody badly. So I expect that if there are going to be anything that government can do to make it easier for the citizen, you know, it will be better. You know, that's my suggestion. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. Good morning, sir.
Morning, madam.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, so what is your name?
My name is Comrade Fatai, Alhaji Majiadu Fatai.
So what do you do?
I'm a transporter.
Now, we know the current increments in fuel prices. How has it affected you and your business?
It affected us, and we don't allow our driver to put more money into their money. So we are carrying normal price. But like we are loading like 7 motors. Now we are loading like 3 or 2.
Because people are not coming out.
People are not coming out. That's why.
Okay, now that you did not add money to your transport, how are you now coping?
We are trying. So we are managing ourselves. So we told our driver to endure. So everything will soon come down. Yeah.
Okay, so what are the things, you know, before now that you said sometimes 7 motors, 7 transports will go out and all of that, but now you said 2, 3. You know, before you have plans, you have budgets. Okay, this is what I'm going to use money for. You can buy Mama Fowoshe, you can buy Mama Fowoshe. But now that things are like this, how are you balancing your budgets?
We are going to maintain ourselves. It's been done already. We are going to maintain ourselves. Like whether we are spending like 10,000 before, we are going to like 5,000. So
you have to cut your budget.
Yes.
Okay, is there anything you want the government to do concerning this issue?
They should help us bring the fuel come down, so people will be coming out traveling. So that is why.
Okay, so now what happened if the prices now refuse to come down? How will you feel? What will happen?
I can't say. If the fuels continue, anything can happen. But we don't think that. We don't want anything to happen. Just let government help us to the petrol fuel to come down.
Okay, so before the increment in fuel, how much do you carry your bus?
We are carrying like 8,000, 7,000.
To where?
To Ado, we are carrying 10,000. Ibadan, we are carrying 6,000.
But now still the same price?
Still the same price, we are carrying it.
Wow. Hey, how are you doing that? How are you still in business?
We can't say anything because this government is our government.
So we have to endure.
We have to endure, yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Ẹ káàárọ̀ sá.
Ẹ káàsán ma.
Kí lorúkọ yín?
Orúkọ mi ni Mr. Olabi Adesina Fatai. Ọmọ sọ kí lọ jàre.
Okay. Báwo kí iṣẹ́ wo lẹ ń ṣe?
Transporter ni nínú ọjọ́ tàbí òde ń bíbà.
Okay, báwo ni ẹ ṣe ń kó pẹ̀lú epo tó wọ́n yìí? Èló lẹ ń ra epo, báwo lẹ ṣe ń kó?
Ọ̀rọ̀ epo tó tiẹ̀ 1,000 ìnira ló jẹ́ fún wa. Torí tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ nọ́mbà tá ń tà tẹ́lẹ̀ tá a bá rà a mánéjì owó tó ń kú lórí iṣẹ́ yẹn gan ni but tí ń sìn báyìí tá a bá lọ Ìbàdàn tá a dé ó tó ń kú lọ wá bí 1,500 2,000 ló ń kú lọ driver
Báwo lẹ ṣe wá ń cope?
Àánú Ọlọ́run náà là ń jẹ o. Aláì. Akàn à ń retí lọ́wọ́ ìjọba kí wọ́n tètè mọ bí wọ́n ti bá dá ọ̀rọ̀ epo yẹn padà. Ẹ̀yin náà ẹ jẹ́ bí oníròyìn àbí kíní ẹ bá sọ fún gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì ká mọ bí wọ́n ti bá tètè dá ọ̀rọ̀ epo yẹn padà.
Ẹ mọ̀ pé ọ̀rọ̀ epo yìí ń sìn ó ti ní gbogbo àwọn nǹkan kan tí epo yìí ti affect bíi oúnjẹ tí èèyàn bá fẹ́ ra oúnjẹ náà sí àwọn olóúnjẹ máa ní epo tiwọn. Báwo ni ẹ ṣe ń cope bẹ́ẹ̀ báwo lẹ ṣe ń fún owó oúnjẹ sílẹ̀ lé báwo lẹ ṣe ń ṣe gbogbo àwọn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀.
Ṣé ẹ rí nípa ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn tẹ́lẹ̀ gan kó tó di pípé wọn ọ̀rọ̀ oúnjẹ múmúlẹ̀ lé gan mẹ́hẹ̀ ibi tó bá jẹ́ ká fi bí 2000 lẹ̀ ó lè jẹ́ 1500 láfilẹ̀ but ní ìsìn báyìí ó tiẹ̀ tó wá gan tán ni láàárọ̀ tí mo fẹ́ jáde nínú ilé owó tí mo múlẹ̀ ọ̀kọ́jà 1500 naira mo dẹ̀ lọ́mọ mẹ́ta mo níyàwó kan ẹ̀yin náà wò so ẹmọ bẹ́ẹ̀ sì ti bá ké gbàjarì sí etí ìjọba tí wọ́n fi tètè ro tàwa mẹ̀kàn náà tí wọ́n gbà rọ̀ tiwa náà rò orí epo ló ń kàn tó gbogbo ọrọ̀ ajé wa o òun tèmi rí mi ò jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ.
Báwo ni ẹ ṣe ń rí àwọn pásẹ́njà ẹ mọ̀ pé epo tí wọ́n sì gbogbo yàn ẹ̀rù máa bàbá wọn láti jáde pé kò sówó.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni èrò gan ò sí wọn bá wọn tó dẹ̀ ń wá gan ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn bíi tábà pọ̀pọ̀ fún ní bíi 7,000 wọ́n lè ní 6,000 wọ́n sọ ẹlòmíì lè ní 5,000.
Ẹyin mọ.
Àwọn èèyàn tó bá jẹ́ lérò mẹ́rin wọ́n bá pè bíi 8,000 fún wọn wọ́n lè ní 6,000 àwọn sọ fún yẹn so bọ́ọ̀sì gan tó ń gbé èrò 14 tipátipá náà fi san 2,500 ìyẹn lásìkò tá a wáyé o but képo tó wọ́n sì ń wọlé díẹ̀ sínú bọ́ọ̀sì but lásìkò yìí bíi kí wọ́n láwọn wá sọ́ọ́lẹ̀ lọ àwọn ń wá nílọ nǹkan kan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ sí ẹni yẹn so ọ̀rọ̀ epo náà lọ́dẹ̀ fà.
Ok, ẹ ṣé sà.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are you?
Fine.
Okay, so what is your name?
My name is Ayegbo.
Okay, so what do you do?
I install CBT center, networking, and I repair system, laptop, and I sell.
Okay, so how has the increment in fuel prices affected you?
The first thing is from the transportation. Even we that we are using Okada in our remote areas, they are now double. They are putting on double. And they're saying things are not coming down. So they can't reduce it. So I have them like that. And they are at market too. Like the RAM, they had this everything just double. So what's going on? They say it's fuel, this, Iran war. So everywhere is tight.
So how has it affected your budget to how you spend? You know, sometimes you plan ahead, you plan this one is for this one is for that. Do you still do that again?
I have dropped a lot of things. I have to drop.
What are the stuff you drop?
Oh yeah, you have to. There's something I buy on Temu. I have to stop it. So since the price has gone up, although some food are stable, but there is no more money in hand to even go and buy the food. So at the end of the day, it's affecting heavily now.
So how will you feel if the price keep rising?
Oh, we feel troubled. That's another riot already. There is violence in the family already. Children, school fees will go up naturally.
So what is that thing you want the government to do? Or are the government doing much already?
What I want now is they should intervene. We are having crude oil. They should see how they will supply this Dangote, and then he can produce for us now. Why importing? That importation is our problem now. So if the government can block those importation of petrol and then encourage the local production refinery, we are good.
Thank you very much, sir.
God bless you.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning, my sister.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, so what is your name, ma?
My name is Tina.
Okay, so what do you do?
I'm a businesswoman.
Okay, now talking about the fuel increments that has been happening, how has it affect your daily business?
It affects us because transport now is so cost. If you before we enter 500 to Yibo, but now 800 coming back 1,000. And so if you buy the market, it's costly. If you come, the interest where you go put, you no go plenty. Person when one come buy yourself, they beg you say, I beg you comot money, but you no reach the amount wey you buy am for market.
So now you are saying the amount the transport you take to market now is now costly. What about the market you are buying in the market itself?
The market I'm buying in the market is costly too. The markets we dey buy like bag 230, 220. Now is 350.
Because then na transport, those people too go transport am go where e dey.
They say na transport, fuel increasement, motor go charge your own. Person wey go put am go charge your own, he go eat na. Person wey work go eat. If you no eat, you no go fit get strength to work.
Okay, now wetin be the thing wey be say you don cut off? You know, before now you fit get plan say this one na wetin I wan buy be this, na this one I wan buy, na this one. How this thing don affect your business, your planning wey you get? This fuel increment, how it turn your budget now? How it take affect your budget?
My sister, the thing wey dey inside, if you dey buy 1 cup of egusi, if you go, if na half cup you buy, you can't dey manage, dey pray, make God help us with that half cup. Na thing wey we dey do am.
Okay, so now wetin you wan make government do?
I dey beg them make they comot that fuel increasement wey dey increase. At least make we dey see poor people like us, make we dey see them manage. All of their pikin dey abroad, they go school o. My own dey Nigeria, they manage to pay the school fees sef, they had me. Now university, they don add their own money. Yeah, wahala dey for Nigeria o.
How you go feel now if this increment keep rising wey no come down? Wetin go happen? How you go take feel?
My sister, thief go plenty. Thief go plenty because if you look, you no get anything, you no get money to buy. If you see the place where person wey buy keep, if you do eye like this, you just collect am go eat belleful. They find another way to thief another thing.
Na true. Okay, thank you very much,
okay, my love.
From rising transport fare to the high rate in living, it is clearly that fare has a lot to do to many Nigerians in different ways, and consumers has heard their opinion. They've heard how they feel concerning the increment in fuel, how it has affected their lifestyle, their budget, and what they feel the government should do concerning this issue. And I am Elizabeth Abefe. Do not forget to like, subscribe, comment under the comment section. How has this high rate increment in fuel affected your daily expenses? Till I grace your screen again, bye for now.
Hello consumers, you have the right to be heard, absolutely. So join us on the conversation, share your brand experience, where you tell us all your experiences about brand on the outer world via our YouTube channel every Wednesday from the hour of 4:20 to 5:20. You can watch us via our YouTube channel, ConsumerHallaTV, and subscription is free. Follow us on all our social media platforms, ConsumerHallaTV. Share your brand experience. It's about storytelling. It's about experiences.
Hello consumers, you're welcome to another exciting episode of Consumer Voice on ConsumerHallaTV. I am Matilda Omenai. As you already know, Consumer Voice is a show where we'll be visiting different places in Lagos to check out people's preferences, hear what the consumers have to say about different leading brands that they make use of.
Hello, it's your boy here, Iremofeko Foworola, and you know what? They call me the AUF General Overseer. Every day is a blessing and it is meant to be enjoyed maximally with AUF packages that put a smile on our faces. And guess what? That is why this show AUF is for you. You can get to know about trendy market slashes, promos, offers, and juicy deals that put a smile on your faces, and you can always enjoy them maximally. And you know one thing that's so interesting about this show? It is a blend of English and Pidgin. As I dey run you English, now I go dey marry am with Pidgin, make am spicy. So catch me every time on the show to enjoy more about trendy AUF packages.
Public service announcement. Hello consumers, I am Kikelomo Ajibola and welcome to the Scam Alert segment on ConsumerHallaTV. Scam Alert educates viewers about various scams affecting consumers. We learn tips on how to identify fraudulent activities and provide advice on protecting our personal information. We aim to raise awareness and empower viewers to avoid falling victim to scams. We cover various topics such as phishing, identity theft, fraudulent investment schemes, and many more. You want to catch up on how these scammers invade our lives? Join us every Tuesday by 12:30 p.m. for Scam Alert on our YouTube channel at ConsumerHallaTV. Subscription is absolutely free. And in case you're not following us across all our social media platforms, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok at ConsumerHallaTV. Don't say I didn't do anything for you this 2025. Bye.
Welcome to In the Marketplace. We are taking you on a journey behind the scene of Nigeria's most vibrant market, from the sight and sound of the market to the stories of the people who makes it thrive. We will be sharing the untold stories that brings this market to life. Join us as we explore the history, challenges, and triumphs of the market vendors. We will dive into the daily lives of the people who call markets home and uncover the secret that makes this market special. You will get to see the passion, energy, and dedication that goes into making this market success. Tune in to the In the Marketplace on ConsumerHalla TV on Thursday by 11 a.m. to experience the sight and sound. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media handle on ConsumerHalla TV. I am Elizabeth Abefe.
Hello fellow consumers, are you looking for a program where we give analysis about brand and a program where we project the voice of the consumer? Join my team and I on Consumer Analytics and Resolution Box by calling on the program to get your issues resolved.
And in case you are wondering where Consumer Analytics and Resolution Box will be showing, please join us on our YouTube channel at ConsumerHallaTV. Subscription is free by 2 p.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. every Mondays and Wednesdays. Consumer Analytics and Resolution Box will be airing and will be here to provide you any information on brands and also issues that you have pending for us to resolve. Also follow us across all our other social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok at ConsumerHallaTV. And that is why at ConsumerHallaTV,
you deserve to be heard. Hi everyone, I am Iri Ayomikunle Eke. Join me live on Perspective every Mondays to Friday from the hour of 9 to 10, where we have meaningful and engaging conversations about all the burning and pressing issues making the round. Issues related to our economy and consumers. It's conversing, it's relatable, it's beyond interview. We have expert analysts who gives updated analysis about all aspects of a conversation. Join the moving train by subscribing to our YouTube channel, ConsumerHalla TV, and do well to follow us on all our social media platforms, ConsumerHalla TV. Stay informed. Thank you.
I am Matilda Omenai. As you already know, Market Today is the show where we visit different markets across Nigeria, Lagos, to check out the prices of different things, ranging from household items to foodstuffs to cosmetics, electronics, every other thing.
In a world of hustle and bustle, entertainment keeps us alive, and that is why at ConsumerHalla TV, we ensure you enjoy all around 360-degree entertainment program. Screen Time is the show for you, where you enjoy top 5 countdown, celebrity of the week, exclusive interview, and other segments.
Don't mind it, it's just a jealous person.
Oh,
New movie release, update, and Screen Time. I'm going to enjoy myself because this is my favorite time on the program. I get to recommend good movie for you, and I'm also waiting for you to recommend movies to me also in the comment section. Screen Time is not just all about entertainment, it is relaxing and also educational. So that is why we are bringing to you Screen Time on ConsumerHalla TV. And in case you're wondering where to join us every Mondays by 5 o'clock p.m. at ConsumerHalla TV on our YouTube channel. Subscription is very, very free. And in case you have not followed us across all our social media platforms, please do so. We are begging you, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and also TikTok at ConsumerHalla TV. What are you waiting for? Click on that follow and subscribe right now.
And from the I to the R to the E to the M to the F to the E, my name is Iremofe Koforola, the man always clothed in wealth and strength.
And I am Kikelomo Ajibola. Toodles!
Good morning. Thank you for joining us. This is Consumer Watchdog on your favorite TV, ConsumerHallaTV. And if you're just joining us for the very first time, Consumer Watchdog is where we discuss and also we dissect consumer right, protection, and safety matters. And on today's episode, we'll be looking into consumer rights to return goods, which is very, very important. Every day, consumer pay for goods and services expecting value, but when things go wrong, the question becomes what are their rights? In Nigeria today, the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission ensures that consumers can return faulty or misdescribed product and seek refunds where necessary. However, a lot of consumers do not know. But the truth is, you are legally protected when there are defects in goods or services made available to you so long as your complaint are valid, verifiable, and meets the regulation policies by the business or bodies mandated to handle such. And today's edition of Consumer Watchdog will be speaking with a business provider, to understand how vendors handle complaint, comply with regulations, and balance protecting their business with respecting consumer right. And in a brief, we'll be looking at today's conversation from the angle of vendors. And joining me to unpack this conversation and a very insightful one this morning, we have Tosin Befo. She's an insurance policy executive, food vendor, and body accessories merchant. And we have her join us on the conversation. Good morning, Miss Tosin Befo.
Good morning. Nice to connect with you this morning. Hope you're doing well.
All right. It's a pleasure to have you there joining us on this conversation.
Pleasure is mine. Thank you so
Right,
much.
Mr. Sin, let's dive into the conversation of today. You being an business vendor, I'm very sure you are well experienced about what you do. Let's seek your own perspective about this conversation. Do you receive complaints from customers about your services, and how often do they request refunds? Let's get it started from there.
Okay. First of all, I barely receive complaints for my services because I believe when you're doing whatever you're doing, you should put your best into whatever you're doing to avoid customers' bad reviews and negative reviews from or feedback from customers. So it's rare for me to receive complaints from clients or customers. It's very rare. But in most cases, I would just like to know to get feedback. I ask questions. After delivering my services, I ask questions. Are you okay with any way you want me to improve on it? Is there anything you want me to do some other time? So with that, I'll be able to know what and how to improve on whatever I'm bringing to them. So that's just how I handle my own business. Okay. First off, to avoid customers' complaints, I believe you should have a customer's relationship. Like communication first is very important. When you communicate with the person you are dealing with, you will have that you have it documented. There has to be a proof in case of any complaint in the future. Let's say for instance, I'm dealing with a customer that needs that is diabetic and needs a meal for him or herself. I'll have to ask questions like, okay, what are the things you like? Do you tolerate too much sugar, salt, seasonings, and all that? So what they give me as feedback is what I'll use to prepare the meals because I won't just prepare it based on what I like to eat. I don't operate that way. I prepare my meals based on what the customer likes or their preference. So I make sure everything that they are giving to me as their preference is documented, is written down, so that in case they they come out otherwise, I'll be able to tell them that okay, this was what you requested for, and this was exactly thing I presented to you. So I think that will make it easier for anybody that is a service provider to use our business without having issues with customers complaints and all that.
All right. Before we go on a short break, that's fantastic. Madam Tosin, are you aware of the role of the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission in protecting consumer rights, including refunds, which
Yeah.
says under the Consumer Rights Act 2015, consumers have the right to return goods or faulty items and get a full refund within 30 days. How do you handle this in your business? And are you aware of this right at all?
Okay, I'm aware about it. So the thing is, in such scenario, if I'm at fault, I take full responsibilities. If the provider is at fault, I take full responsibilities. The customer, I believe they should take full responsibilities as well. It should be a fair transaction. You understand? It should be a fair transaction. And if there's any complaint, it should be properly handled. There should be a refundable policy. I believe there should be a refundable policy for any business at all. So if the customer complains that you did otherwise, you should be able to refund. I should be able to refund. So that's how it should be done.
All right, interesting. I'm so glad you're competent. That's a very interesting one. I'm so glad you're competent at what you do, having heard from everything you've laid out on the conversation. But what do you think happens to businesses that deliver poor service but still enforce no refund policy? Because most of the time you go to vendors via Instagram, TikTok, you see no refund. It is stated point and black. What do you think happened to businesses that deliver poor service to consumers and still insist on no refund?
Okay. So any business that renders poor services, first of all, you are tarnishing your image, because there's no how you will get referrals from such customers. You have poor remarks, negative feedbacks, and that's what is draining businesses. That's what is making businesses not to grow. Because I believe when you have good feedbacks from people that this is really nice, somebody else will patronize you. From there, you grow bigger and you expand more. But when you offer poor services and you still don't want to, you don't want to take the blame, there's no how you can grow and there's no how the business can flourish. It's as simple as that. So I believe whatever you're doing, just do it right, do it well, for your own good and for the good of the person you are dealing with. So everybody will be happy. I make my money, you are satisfied. So it's a win-win.
That's a very great one right there. We still have more to this conversation, but let's go on a short break. And if you're still just joining us on the conversation, we have Miss Tomise Befo. She's a food vendor and she has been into business for a while. And we're having a conversation about consumer rights to return goods, and she has been analyzing a whole lot, looking at the angle of business vendors. So we'll be right back. Stay with us. It's still Consumer Watchdog on ConsumerHallaTV. Let's go on a short break. All right, if you're just joining us, this is Consumer Watchdog on ConsumerHallaTV, where we discuss and dissect consumer rights and safety. And on today's edition, we're talking about consumer rights to return good, which is very, very mandatory. And we have our guest, Tommy Simbe, for joining us virtually. Madam Tommy Simbe, let's dive into this fact. What kind of proof do you require from a consumer before processing a complaint or refund?
Okay. Okay. So, for instance, let's say I'm dealing with somebody that has high blood pressure. Normally, we know they avoid salty food and high cholesterol, too much seasoning, and all that. So, if that's the case and the person complains that this was not what we talked about, this was not our agreement, I will first request for a video or photo proof. Then I'll be able to also test what I give to them. With that, I'll be able to know that okay, this is actually salty. Then I'll be able to get one or two witnesses to also check for me. So those are the things I put into consideration before I will then agree that okay, this is truly bad, then I should refund you. And also, even if I'm refunding you, I should be able to compensate you as well. Okay, just of next time I want you to come back to patronize me. So there should be a little compensation for like a token of a very gift. It can be a food basket or a very healthy juice for you, just for next time's sake. So I think that's the way I will handle it. And the refundable policy should take maybe within a week. Then the person should get back his or her money. Then everybody's okay.
I love that analysis. They are being fact and factual. But let's have this one before I let you go this morning on the conversation. I know you've said you have to compensate the consumers. I think there should be more to do. What approach do you use to resolve complaints so that both the consumer and business owners are satisfied? Let's have this take from you.
Okay, like what I said before, I said there should be a refundable policy which should be stated before I agree into that service with you. There should be a refundable policy. And once we agree on both terms, then it's very easy for me to refund you. You understand? And when I mean compensation, there are times that a little act of kindness can mean about you, even if you make mistakes, because mistakes are inevitable in anything we do. Nobody is perfect. Even in business, nobody is perfect. There are some times that you make mistakes, but you should be able to, show that remorseful attitude that okay, I'm so sorry for this. It was a mistake. So at least compensate them, make them happy a little. Then give them the assurance that when you patronize me again, this will never happen. I can assure you. So my word is my bond, and I like to keep to whatever I promise. So
All
that's the way
right,
I handle.
that's interesting. But I think I need to ask you a question right here. That compensation, does it come with huge amount of money?
Yeah, it's affordable. At least a fruit basket, at least even if it's worth maybe 10K, 15,000. It depends on what you actually made for the person. If it's something that is worth over 100,000, I believe 20,000 naira compensation shouldn't be too much.
All right,
For
interesting. Thank you for your contribution on the conversation, Madam Tommy Simbe. We look forward to more of your insight on the conversation. Thank you for your time. It's well appreciated. All right, Tommy Simbe for there, an insurance policy executive, food vendor, and body accessories merchant, right there. And thank you very much for your time on the show. We'll still continue the show, but let's go on a short break. We'll be right back.
Hey there, do you know in the world today, everyone is a consumer, and as consumers, we all have the right to be heard.
In Nigeria today, as a consumer, you have all right to product information, right to fair pricing, right to return goods, right to product labeling, right to fair dealings, and a lot more.
Well then, have you heard about the new media channel?
ConsumerHalla TV.
ConsumerHalla TV.
ConsumerHalla TV.
At ConsumerHalla TV, our goal is to inform and educate consumers in Nigeria with insightful news alongside development within the fast-paced world of consumers through well-researched, specialized, and
Thank you for your time, and thank you for still watching Consumer Watchdog on ConsumerHalla TV. And that was a very great analysis from our guest, Tomi Before. Before we round up the conversation, it's very important and mandatory to let business owners hope to provide quality services that in turn gives them profit. And we all know consumers, on the other hand, are all about affordability, usability, and ultimately satisfaction. And we all know that there is a usual saying that says consumers are always right. So if a consumer is not happy about a particular goods or services being provided, the person has the right to raise complaint and demand a refund if needed be. And looking into the dispute between businesses and consumers over refunds and complaints, of course, it remains common because we see it every now and then on social media. We see a lot of stories people bring to the media telling us how they're patronizing a brand and the brand is telling them no refund. Though many businesses operate strict policies, however, consumers with valid reservations are often unsure of what they are truly entitled to. Now, let's talk about consumers. As a consumer, there are key consumer rights that you should know, which is very, very important. And you know, I'm always saying that as a consumer, we need to know our right. We need to be familiar with it. But let's brief a little on the conversation. Consumers have the legal right to return faulty, unsafe. Mandatory to know that consumers are entitled. Mandatory to know that consumers are entitled to a full refund, repair, or replacement. And talking about the expectations, refund can be denied only if the customer knew the item was faulty or caused the problem. And we're talking about consumer rights to return goods. There is something we call time limit. And according to research, reasonable time to return items, often up to 6 months for fault. And talking about online purchases, it includes a 14-day cooling off period plus an additional 14 days. That makes it 28 days to return the product. So as consumers, we should know our rights. We should be well educated about all this. And if goods are faulty, the seller usually covers the return delivery. Just like our guest Tomi Before says, she's always on her toes to make sure consumers do not complain. But in case like in some cases where consumers have one or two complain, there are some way she goes by it to make sure the consumers are well satisfied. And for other returns, the consumer may bear the shipping cost. And looking into services, because we know that when it comes to buying and selling, of course, services is involved, so consumers can cancel bookings or service orders, often full with refund, and seller must inform consumers if goods are used or reconditioned. And it's very important to let all the business vendors know that no refund policy is totally wrong. A policy stating no return, no refund on faulty, unsafe good, refusing to disclose used, reconditioned items, denying consumer the right to repair, replace, or refund. So as a consumer, if you want to buy from a vendor, be it online, you're walking into their store and immediately you're seeing no refund. Please, you have to think twice before you dive or before you make a payment. It's very, very important. And with all this conversation we have had, it is clear that protecting consumer rights is not just a legal obligation, but it's a smart business practice with the oversight of the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission. Both consumers and vendors have defined roles to play in ensuring fairness, transparency, and trust. And for consumers, knowing your right, which is key, and for businesses, there are clear policies and honest service for a long way in building a lasting relationship. I'm always saying it that I'm always happy when I know that consumers know their right. And for more rights to know as a consumer, please join me next week on another beautiful edition of Consumer Watchdog. Thank you for joining us. We have to draw the curtain on the conversation this beautiful morning. Please follow us on all our social media platforms and do subscribe to YouTube channel. We'll be back again next week with another beautiful, engaging topic to look into on Consumer Watchdog. I am Iri Ayomikunle AK. Good morning, Nigeria, and thank you for joining us on the show.
Welcome back to another episode of Market Today on ConsumerHallaTV. Now, it's no news that rent prices have become outrageously high and housing has become very, very difficult and expensive for the common man. For the common man, owning a house or even maintaining a home has become very, very difficult. And that is why we are here today at Aluminium Market to check out the prices of aluminium materials, accessories, and other building materials that contribute to making a home beautiful, that contributes to building a home. Some markets feed us while some markets make the home that we live. My name is Uwoke Peace and this is me on Market Today for ConsumerHallaTV. Come with me, guys. Let's go check out the current prices of these building materials. Let's go. Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm fine, thank you. Okay, sir, can you tell me your name?
My name is Mr. Emeka.
Mr. Emeka, what do you sell in Aluminium Village?
I deal in aluminium, such as sliding, casement, projected, and all manner of aluminium, Ghana sliding and others.
Okay, so this aluminium that you sell now, they are useful in building houses. Yeah.
Building houses, aluminium doors, aluminium windows, all manner of aluminium designs, such as if you want to design your shop, if you want to build your shop frontage, there are too many types of aluminium, as you can see, that we can use for you.
All right, sir. So which one do you have right now? Which one do you have in the shop right now?
We have all these things that I've mentioned. We have it. Like this is sliding.
Okay.
Then this is for casements. Then this is 99 for partitioning and shop demarcation. And this is a 40-40 curve for show glass. Yeah.
Okay, so can you just walk me through the price range of this item that you have here? How do you sell them? Is there a price range? If someone wants to buy from you now, what is the price range? What should their budget be like?
We have about 3 or 4 designs of windows. It depends on the one that your money can carry. Like this one, this is sliding. The one they open like this. Then this is for casements. Like what you can see here now. This is for the window. Then projected is not here, but this one is for shop demarcation, big 99. So it depends on your budget.
So if you were to say, if a customer is coming to buy from you, what should their budget be like? For them to be able to shop very well.
Your budget, I won't tell you your budget because I don't know what you want.
Well, yeah, but like you can give me
if you want to do sliding window, it means that you will buy this one, interlock close side top, bottom, which is this one, then you buy bottom, you buy track and jam. 5 material is for one sliding window, and we say in length. So this one length can give you 2 window and remaining some. So it depends on how many windows we calculate by windows, not by how much we used to come.
Okay, let's assume I'm a customer. If I had 100,000 naira, will it get me this sliding?
100,000 can get you sliding.
It can get me sliding?
Yes.
What about 50?
No.
It will not get me. Okay. Alright, so who are the people you supply to? Who are your customers?
We supply to fabricators. Okay. The people that turn this to be like this, we supply to them, or we supply to the owner. The owner will now give to fabricators to fabricate for him or her. Yeah.
So where do you buy from? Is there a factory you get this items from? Where do you buy from? Who are you supplying?
We source our product from. Before we are doing importation, but now mostly we are buying like some of these things are Nigerian, because those companies are now in Nigeria.
Oh, okay.
So we are now dealing with Nigerian companies instead of importation. So we are now mostly in Nigeria, but there is still importation. So because some here are still imported.
So would you say that buying from Nigerian companies right now makes the pricing more affordable for people rather than you importing it from other countries?
Yeah, buying is not making it affordable. Buying in Nigeria makes it a bit affordable. It's true, but why we stop importation is that you will wait for like 2-3 months before you offload one container. But in Nigeria here, the company is already in Nigeria, you will just order it maybe within 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, you will see your container. But the imported one, you wait for like 2-3 months. So that is the difference.
Okay, so how long have you been in this market? That you've been doing this business?
By God's grace, let me say 15 years.
15 years. So how has it been sustainable to you? And if we were to look at the time you started compared to now, will you say the pricing range is okay or it has gone higher?
The pricing range is not okay. It has gone higher, and it makes the market to slow down. Because it is when somebody feeds his family or eats, that is when he will talk about building house. So it makes the market to be a bit dull. That's it.
Okay, so Mr. Emeka, I'm going to ask you one question now. Rent in Lagos is now expensive. It's very outrageously high. So I'm going to ask you now, do you think the cost of these materials added to the fact that the pricing of rent is expensive? That rent prices are expensive.
Definitely. Because as at let's say last 3 years, these things like this one now that we are seeing here now, this one now goes for let's say 15,000.
Yeah.
But at last 3 years, this is 7,000. So you can buy it 15,000 now and build a house, and you still collect rent that you collected last 3 years. It's not done. So that is, the thing is even affecting us here too. So government should intervene, because even like my neighbor, his landlord added 500,000 on the rent that he's already paying. He added 500,000, which is he is paying maybe 800 before, and he added 500,000. That is 1.3